So, looking at this art, I just noticed that there's like a tiny little blob of Mousse that has fallen off.
Yeah.
Like, is this little Mousse?
He's melting.
Like, I know this is important. Like, is this still part of Mousse, or is this like when like my fingernail clippings are no longer sentient or part of me?
Are you suggesting you can target him no matter where he's gone? Because he just leaves little bits behind.
I could just target his leavings.
Yeah.
I don't picture like him as like he doesn't like drip goo everywhere. It's more like condensation.
Okay, this is definitely goo though. It's definitely the same substance as the rest of Mousse.
So I get like since plasmoids don't have a gender, they're just amorphous blob creatures. I would assume they
Okay, let's discuss that for a minute. Mousse is desperate to be humanoid to the point where he gave himself legs and arms and a face, but not genitals. Just Barbie doll downstairs.
That's not friend. Like, first of all, like that would.
Do you not have answers for any of these concerns?
He hides his genitals during combat.
What do you think is behind the mask?
Oh no!
Jesus.
More slime, if I'm being honest. Just like
So Mousse is a dickhead. That's what you're saying.
Penises as far as the eye can see.
That's Sarge's. That's like the motto of his Giff platoon that he served in.
So
it could be. I don't know.
If Mousse takes off his mask, does he have like penises instead of eyes?
He doesn't have. It's just smooth. like there's nothing under the mask. Like he has no face. Like he's just a little blob man. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. And it's his birthday, so be nice to him.
it's the day he first congealed. All right.
I have to look now at the like the race profile for plasmoids and see if it talks about how they reproduce. Does it take 2 plasmoids or is it just a single plasmoid? I have to know.
Well,
it does take 2. It does take 2 plasmoids. Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, you just like split in every combat, like this.
It's like mitosis.
Blue guy was supposed to do, but didn't.
So basically, 2 plasmoids come together, they mix, and then when they separate, there's a 3rd plasmoid.
I just noticed. Do we have no dice?
Yeah. Record, you broke it.
I didn't. Wait. Why? Why are there no dice?
I don't know. It's your table.
Yeah, there's no dice. Go
there
figure.
we go.
Weird.
There's some dice.
Oh.
I don't know why I did that.
I was looking for my character token, and I noticed there was absolutely nothing at all ever.
Nothing at all ever, huh?
Everything is ruined forever.
All right. Treble, if you do an audio check for me?
If I must.
I just clicked into the Flumph chat to try to see if you had done an audio check and gave me a thumbs up, and I saw that Raz has instead posted chemistry.gif.
Yeah.
No, it's hit points.
When Treble is bloodied, he achieves the maximum buffering capacity.
Jesus Christ. I just feel like I need to design an encounter like in a giant like centrifuge now.
That sounds awful, actually.
Surprised we haven't already done. I'm surprised you haven't already done that one.
Just drip Treble through a like some
Sieve?
madman's enormous alembic.
I am surprised we've not already had to fight our way out of a gigantic chemistry set.
I mean, you wait.
I might request that for Flumph 6.
Yeah. That actually does sound pretty good.
Yeah.
Like a storm giant chemist.
I remember one of the older Elder Scrolls games. It might even be Morrowind. Like to do alchemy, you had to have like 4 separate things. Like you get the mortar and pestle, the alembic.
That was.
But there was no sense of them having done actually doing anything. It's just if you have these 4 items, you can now do alchemy. Yeah. But it always felt to me like somebody designed like this intricate alchemy system That somebody... No, that's too complicated. Trash it. As long as they've got the 4 items, let them do it. Otherwise, I would not even know what an alembic is.
Nobody does, not even chemists.
Although there is a side quest in 16 where you help somebody build an alembic.
That's the reason I know what an Olympic is.
And they do go into detail describing what it does and why. And then the thing you get for the side quest is not related to it at all, but they try really hard to make it sound related.
So, report. Yeah, everybody sounds good to my ears, except for you're slightly too quiet.
Okay.
You're perfectly audible, but you're a little less quiet than everybody else. A little more quiet than everybody else.
Well, that's just, we did Final Fantasy last week, and those levels have to be a little different. And we're doing Final Fantasy again tomorrow, so those levels are going to be different again. I'm also going to shout out to the guy that came to my Final Fantasy stream last Tuesday, who was in my chat yelling about how I wouldn't interact with him.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
That's funny. I had a whole, when I went back to turn off the stream, I had a whole string of messages like, "Hello, I'm here, trying to interact with you, streamer. What's going on?" Like, sorry, dude. You should have went to the.
There's literally on your stream. Didn't you put a thing saying "Go here"?
To be fair, I wasn't reading that chat either.
Right, but I was.
Shout out to the most miserable session of Final Fantasy I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
That's not true. I
man.
played Solo Thief up to Lich.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
You played Solo Thief up to Lich?
Yeah.
Yep.
How'd you get past, how'd you get past
That for-
Astos?
He posted that.
Yeah. How'd I get past Astos? Hours and hours and hours and hours of shitty grinding.
He hacked. If I remember correctly, he hacked the EXP for killing enemies simply to reduce the amount of time it took. It didn't actually give him any advantages.
I recall when you posted the LP that I thought you tapped out on Astos because of the RNG required to get past his first instant death spell and then his slow to where you deal 1 damage per turn while he kills you.
Right. No, I got through Astos, and then my argument was Lich isn't going to be any better.
Yep.
You can't make yourself appreciably stronger before Lich, and he's got a lot of the same spells and a lot of the same problems.
Yeah.
Solo Thief has been completed. It's been done by people with
Too much time.
I was about to say that, but I also have too much time.
More patience than you.
I'll probably do it someday. I'll tell you what, if they ever put out a new the analog console for NES games so I can play it on hardware, maybe I'll do it then.
I think Solo Thief would be fine on the Pixel Remaster version.
It would, because they get big accuracy.
Yeah.
Right, and then if you
PRC
played,
is quite good.
yeah, and you could turn if you're playing specific versions, you could turn the experience up to 4 times. That's good.
If you're a
I'm
coward,
really
you can do that.
tempted to buy. Which version?
Chaos is probably a bitch with Solo Thief, but everything else will be easy.
Chaos is a bitch if you don't have a white mage.
Exactly.
like
None of the rest of the game cares, and then suddenly you get to Chaos. It's like, oh.
See, I've done Solo Thief and Dawn of Souls.
I love.
Dawn of Souls has potions though, and you can't buy them in PR.
That's true.
You can buy high
That's the
potions
whole
in
problem
PR.
with Chaos.
You can't get X potions, but you can get high
higher
potions.
X
That's what I mean. You
potions
can't buy the high
yeah.
potions really. You can't. Well, I mean, also the stat boost potions.
And you can buy you can get Hermes sandals and stuff.
I mean, they actually, the stat boost potions are in the Pixel Remaster. They're in that little. They're in the Oasis, and so are high potions.
Did they add that? I remember not having those, but maybe.
They
Mostly the X
just weren't
potions I
enough.
needed. I know. I don't know.
They
it's
don't
been a while.
have any of the other stuff, but so none of they literally just took the GBA version or the PlayStation 1 version, and they dumped it into the thing, and with none of the extra content.
Yeah.
So all the potions, the stat potions are there. The attack up.
I mean, most of them
the
are only.
giant tonic.
You actually need those for the chaos fight. It's so
I'm
bizarre.
just trying to remember if you can get those without grinding, or I don't know. Maybe this changed since it initially released. When I did it, and I didn't have a black mage or a white mage, it was a nightmare because there's 2 X potions in the game, and that's kind of it. If you don't want to grind,
You can't. Yeah, no, you can't get X potions. Like you
Or is it
can't
high
buy
potions?
them. It's
Whatever
you
the
can buy
whatever the
high.
potions.
It's
Listen,
X potions.
The three of
I
us.
think there's like 2 of those in the chests.
There is.
The three of us
Yeah.
just spent 5 hours stealing high potions.
Yep.
I don't think any of us have any authority to make a decision about what is and isn't like too boring or too grindy.
I'm gonna have to get 99. I reread Solo's report. I'm not grinding into the 30s. You're gonna need 99 and half a dozen elixirs to run out as MP.
Yeah, that's my goal.
That's
is to,
tomorrow.
Right now, I'm
Brooklyn's
doing
problem.
chimeras until I can get Mug, and then
that's a future problem.
Yeah, that's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah.
Today's problem is, after acquiring a wild space orrery at Topola's Tower, the heroes fought a void scaver named Big Mama. After that battle, Topola mentioned the possible ally in the fight against the Xaryxian Empire, a pirate named Grimzod Garganhale. Amid a cosmic storm, the characters laid eyes on Garganhale's flagship and its vampirate crew.
So we have we have.
And then we
Did I
all
hear
face
the name
palm.
right? Gargahale?
Garganhale.
Is that the
Garganhale.
villain in the Smurfs?
No, that's
Grimzod Garganhale.
So we have barefoot bird, manic pixie dream girl mother, and her ex-boyfriend, pirate vampirate captain.
So as soon as the flagship, it's a space galleon called the Last Breath, and you guys had found the remaining wreckage of his fleets previously. The flagship that you're looking at is very badly damaged. In fact, I have some lovely artwork to show you.
I mean, we won't bring up the fact we murdered 2 of his crewmates.
Nope,
Right?
that will never be mentioned.
No, I mean, they were adrift.
They were already dead.
Now, what I like about this image, okay, is that they're implying here that this is the Last Breath. This is the space galleon that's been badly damaged. And to be like, the ship is definitely the structural integrity of the Last Breath has been compromised. But the question is, like, do the holes in the hull really matter if you're not floating in water?
Yeah, no, it just looks like, classic kind of pirate ship damage. Like, even if you're floating in water, if this is like a ghost ship, that might not matter.
Yeah. Well, it's not a ghost ship. It's a galleon. And it's
Okay.
actually, like, I don't know how many hit points the ship has left after the fight.
Well, it also probably has ghosts on it. Isn't that what like Will-o'-the-Wisps are?
That is a prerequisite for ghost ships.
Once your ship comes into view, the Last Breath begins heading in your direction until you can clearly see Garganhale standing aboard the ship, and he strikes a dramatic pose as he addresses you. That's in the manual. In the module. I have to read that.
No, I believe you.
Yeah.
The undead captain places his boot on the rail along the deck of his creaky galleon and leans over the bow. His disembodied hand perches on his shoulder, and lightning from the cosmic storm flashes behind him. Garganhale's tone of voice is inviting, but his dead black eyes glint with malice. It's dangerous out there. That menace from Xaryxis, Commander Vale, keeps sending ships to our system. But we do our part to thin the Astral Elves' ranks. You're obviously not with them. Care to identify yourselves? And then, as he spots Topola standing on the deck near you, his posture briefly slumps like that of a wounded animal. He then puffs out his chest, raises an eyebrow, and says, "Do my lifeless eyes deceive me? Topola, my darling, what a surprise. If you've come to drive a stake through my heart, you'll have to return it first."
You smooth motherfucker.
Topola has made it very clear that she broke up with him, not the other way around. That's it. That's also in the module, I have to tell you that.
That's canon.
I believe it. Topola's first love is being barefoot in
this guy.
her first love is being barefoot in the bird shit.
Crux, when he sees, because he was under the impression that Garganhale and his fleet were turned into vampirates, but apparently they were, like, Garganhale was already a vampirate when Topola and he were dating. And Crux is not happy about this. He says if you're going to do any parlaying with the vampirate, he's going to have to step back and let you do it, lest he become too overcome with anger.
Do they explain why he just has this absolute distaste for vampirates?
Because they're vampirates, Treble.
It's in the name.
Okay, but they obviously seem
so
capable of...
vampires are bad.
Okay.
Pirates are bad.
Okay.
Vampirates are double bad. Like, Crux wouldn't like Captain Sartell either.
All right, I guess.
No, he's lawful good, and he's got lines he won't cross.
So
Right.
you've lost all of your fleet here, or is this
Not all of it,
or
he says, and he
has your reputation been exaggerated?
says he hasn't lost all of it, and he claps his boot against the rail of his ship. Says, the last breath still sails.
Mousse wiggles his handticles at them and says, does anybody on board need any medical assistance? Yes, I'm going to call them handticles now.
I have no words.
I do. The word handticle.
He tells you not as such, but he thanks you kindly for the offer. So where is it you lot stand with the Xaryxians?
We're against them, Sarge says.
They're trying to blow up our planet.
We're on our way to kill them.
They're trying to collapse our home, and I'm not too keen on letting them do that.
We're not about that lifestyle.
He seems to consider that for a moment. He strokes his chin with a disembodied hand, purse on his shoulder. That's not in the module. I just added that. Thought I needed a little something.
No, I believe it. No, that's fantastic. It's required.
Like what perch on his shoulder?
So he's missing his left hand, but
Yep.
he raised it as a crawling claw, and now it perches on his shoulder like a parrot.
See, that gives him character.
Yeah, he's awesome.
That is-
That's actually really awesome.
I like
That
it.
is such a baller necromancer move.
I think he's a vampire captain. He's a big boy. He tells you that if you're standing against the Xaryxians, that perhaps you have much to discuss. And he requests permission to come aboard the Second Wind to discuss terms in private.
Absolutely.
It might be better if we come to your ship.
He is absolutely not allowing a group of people that he does not know on his ship after they've just suffered a debilitating loss. He's playing it very cautiously.
That makes sense. to
I mean,
me.
I'm mostly worried about Crux, but
I mean, Crux said he would step back and allow us to do our thing.
So
Sarge
specifically,
will like go distract the Commodore with like military matters. I don't know.
this is before Crux will agree to this. He will agree to this under the condition that he steps down as captain of the Second Wind and one of you assume command for the duration of the adventure. That's the only way he could, because he can never give this order to allow a vampire onto his ship. But if he's not in command at the moment, so he's willing to do what needs to be done for the mission, but he's not willing to compromise his command for it.
What if we just meet in the middle?
Well, I mean,
Just drifting wild space.
Yeah.
Dude, ask that to Garganhill.
we could take we could take our little rowboat out.
Garganhill says that he wants to take stock of what you're bringing to the party. Weaponry, provisions, the state of your vessel. There's a lot of things that he would have to consider.
And we wouldn't? You think, and Lukari motions to his ship, what do you bring to the table? All I see is a patchwork of wood.
He shrugs, says, you came to find me, remember?
so what Mousse is Mousse is already like sizing everybody up to see who would look best in the captain hat
Okay.
to make them captain. He's leaning towards Milos.
Captain Milos.
I think Milos would look best in the hat, right?
Sarge starts saluting each person in the party, and he says, "I think Milos feels the best too."
2 for Milos.
That seems acceptable.
All right. Yeah, Crux
Milos.
drops the captain hat on Milos' head.
You are now wearing a captain hat. Congratulations.
You are officially captain of the Second Wind for the duration of the adventure.
Milos strokes his chin and it says, "All right then, permission to come aboard." gestures for him to come over.
Milos immediately announces, "No more pants. Pants are banned on the boat."
Well, I thought it'd be no more nipples.
Garganhale.
Yeah, nipples are banned.
Everybody has... I don't want to discuss that. There's a special room in there. Never mind. Garganhale crosses the distance by just kicking off the bow of his ship and drifting across the last 80 or 90 feet of wild space, putting his boots down on the second wind. He regards Topola with this kind of faux wounded demeanor. Topola gives him exactly the same expression that she gives pretty much everybody. Which is to say, it seems like she's looking through him or to the horizon beyond him more often than him himself. Yeah, he introduces himself to Captain Milos. That's a fine hat.
Thanks, I just got it today.
And he asks that he be introduced to your crew.
Oh, this is my second in command, the sergeant.
Sir. And he salutes.
Lukari, my head of security.
Lukari grunts.
Ship's doctor. I gotta find fucking names here.
Mousse.
Mousse.
He just has him written on the inside of his arm.
Yeah.
You didn't realize there'd be a test, did you, Captain?
Oh no, not at all.
Like, I wave a hanticle.
And our morale officer, Lukari.
Lukari is security and morale officer?
Oh no, oh wait, no, you're right. Yes.
Okay.
And then for
I'll need you to know your birthday so I can make sure it's celebrated properly.
He's a vampire, so he actually celebrates his death day.
I think you're just missing Naught.
Yeah.
Naught should be the morale officer.
No, Naught is in charge of maintenance.
So Garganhale asks who your Spelljammer is. Surely not Topola. Topola scoffs at the slight.
Our Spelljammer is
currently she was substituting in to because our other Spelljammer she took a bit of an injury and she's convalescing at the moment.
jellyfish blasted her brain.
Yeah, that can happen. So I'm gonna need Milos.
Yeah.
You can give me a charisma persuasion check. And you can make this at advantage because you have Topola amongst your crew.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has a soft spot for the bird girl. I don't know why they broke up, by the way. I just know that she's the one who broke up.
Persuasion, you said?
Charisma persuasion.
$15.
Okay. So as you're parlaying with Garganhale and you're kind of walking him through the second wind and introducing him, I mean, I'm assuming you're going to introduce him to Mr. Flinch and the Treant and...
Yes.
I'll take stock of your ship. Towards the end of it, he nods. Says, think you guys have the right stuff. And someone needs to take care of these Xaryxian bastards.
Could not agree more.
But before we are come to an agreement, if we're going to be working together, our ships in tandem, you're going to have to adhere for the duration of our partnership, and he thumps his chest with his good hand. The Vampiric Code.
The Vampiric Code? What is this Vampiric Code?
There are 4 articles of the Vampiric Code.
Okay.
Article number 1. Don't eat each other. No crew member shall partake of another crew member's flesh or drink their blood.
Does that only apply to people who have also agreed to the code?
Well, you have to agree. If you're going to work with Garganhale, you have to agree that you're not going to eat any of his men or drink their blood.
What if
Right,
it's consensual?
I'm just trying to figure out like the transitive property about. Never mind.
Article number 2. No hymns. Many crew members' ears are sensitive to holy praise, while aboard the ship, bards and other musicians are only allowed to play secular tunes.
Lukari just says, "Oh, thank God, something we can agree to."
No, you can't thank God.
No, that's not okay.
That's entirely inappropriate, Lukari.
Thanks, space.
Not being very respectful, Lukari.
Yeah.
Face God.
Article 3. The coward's consequence. Those who abandon their post or shirk their duty shall be marooned. In Article 4, no shipboard conflicts. All disputes shall be settled on land.
Okay. I think that is perfectly a fair set of.
Sounds more reasonable than I would have expected.
Yeah, and then conversely,
you're right, 100%.
Garganhale asks Milos whether there are similar codes aboard the Second Wind that he and his crew will have to observe for the duration of this partnership.
Don't eat each other. That's a good one.
Yeah, can we copy that one off of you? Don't eat each other.
Well, you guys are like sitting around a big table, like copying down the articles.
Yeah.
Like he's making a big to-do about it. In fact, he probably has to write with his missing hand.
I don't know. I would have trained. I think he would have trained the Creeping Claw to like write with his signature, right?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, he dictates to the Claw, and then the Claw writes for him. He's a captain.
I'm actually surprised that a pirate would want like a contract with a signature. I thought like they would be a verbal deals or bindings sort of crew.
So like pirates are all about
yep
getting signatures.
Interesting.
Pirates are very, very like it's all like contractual and like there's like whole.
Considering half of them have their hands cut off. So.
There are really interesting preserved like historical artifacts that you can read some of the old pirate charters from like the 15 and 1600s.
Yeah,
it's a business relationship, and if
it
you're
really is.
Yeah, and if you're not,
they have way better health insurance than Navy too. So
way better health insurance. It's amazing.
It's basically everything is better than being in the Navy except you're an outlaw.
Yeah.
CGP Grey also has some great videos summarizing it.
I was watching this.
Yeah, it's fine if you guys don't have like a code that you want him to follow. He's happy to just agree to enforce his own code upon both ships for the duration of the partnership.
That's completely fine. Just do not turn your guns on ours, and we won't on yours.
And he chuckles to himself and says, "Bear with me one moment. I have to scroll way down."
The tradition of don't start none, won't be none.
At the mention of firing on each other's ships, he just chuckles to himself. He says, "You have nothing to fear on that account. The amount of alchemist's fire that the last breath is carrying, one well-aimed shot could cause her to explode."
Why are you carrying that much?
Because they're vampires, Treble.
Just because you're a vampire, you have to like carry. Like, aren't vampires like famously flammable?
To sunlight. There's no sun in outer space.
Aren't there stars everywhere?
But stars aren't the sun.
Oh, so it's one specific sun.
One very specific wavelength is what they're.
It's probably a certain distance before it becomes
That seems
sunlight.
like an oversight in the vampiric.
Listen, I have a page and a half of vampirates here, and they don't even have sunlight sensitivity. So,
I mean, why would they? There's no sun in space.
I would like to please put forward I would like to put forth a formal complaint to Wizards of the Coast. I know you'll never hear this, but I want you to know, shame on you.
So what he's bringing to the party is he's got a crew of 8 vampirates. His spellcaster, a vampire named Rutledge Wynn, who serves as his Spelljammer. As far as muscle, he has an ogre zombie aboard. And kind of keeping the ship held together, because looking at the ship, it looks like it's just going to fall apart at any moment.
Absolutely.
Is a ghost serving amongst his crew that inhabits the actual vessel. He draws the comparison between that and like the treant aboard your ship. To its crutch, he just snorts dismissively at the comparison.
Don't worry, I'll find you some good soil. Pat this ship. Pat the hull of the ship.
Yeah, and at the end of negotiations, things are going amicably. You definitely get the sense that he's doing everything he can to impress Topola, and she just either doesn't notice or is just really, really good at pretending like she doesn't. In fact, I don't think they ever mention Topola again in the whole module. So as you return up onto the deck of the second wind, you see that the last breath is moving away from you now, fleeing. Garganhale's dark eyes widen, then narrow.
Is that normal?
What's this foul treachery? He hisses. As Garganhale bellows a curse at the dwindling stern of his ship, Mr. Flinch approaches from below decks. Comes up to the vampire captain with glazed eyes and a dreamy smile. In a voice dripping with sarcasm, Mr. Flinch says, "Captain Garganhale, your command of the last breath is at an end. We've had enough victory at your hands to last 10 lifetimes." The Hadozee then shudders as a horned ghost vacates his body, cackles, and disappears. Mr. Flinch blinks his eyes back into focus, then says in his normal voice, "Do I smell smoke?"
I take it that was your I believe you said it was his first mate. Was the spirit possessing the ship?
The spirit was a ship, yeah.
Yeah, the ghost possessing his ship.
Well, I guess we better see what's on fire.
Yeah, let's go see what's on fire. That sounds like a good idea.
Oh, nothing's on fire. Just I guess that's what you smell when you're no longer possessed by a ghost.
What about the ghosts? Like, would make it smell like smoke?
It's a Tiefling ghost.
Oh, okay. Brimstone. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a horn.
No, that makes a little bit of sense.
Cracks.
No, Garganhale turns to Milos and immediately says that you should give chase. He says, "Aboard my ship."
Absolutely.
Not counting the immense amount of alchemist's fire. Listen, we've got this artificer. Every day he just said, "Hey, I can make a violent alchemist fire," and we just ignored him for 6 months.
Ignored him for 8 months, and suddenly he's got to drown the planet. I understand.
I did notice that Destil did not object to that.
No.
Seems reasonable.
True story.
The alchemist fire can be useful in lots of ways, but aboard the last breath is a weapon that you can use against the Xaryxians that he was planning to use himself. Help me retake the last breath, and the weapon is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know what it is, but I want it.
Well, he refuses to elaborate until his mutinous crew is disposed of. Now, we're not going to have to do this because you guys didn't get the second wind destroyed, but I really like what it says. So if the second wind is destroyed, you have this conversation with Gargamel, like, on Topola's dock, right? And if you guys don't have a ship, Topola casts Fly on him, then he ties a rope around him, and he can pull all of you along with him towards the last breath. That's how you get there.
Wow. Just wow.
So I guess we're going on a treasure hunt?
Yeah, he asks Captain Milos to give the order.
No, yeah, absolutely. Give chase. Give chase, everyone.
Charge!
Do you convince the treant to...
We tried to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't want to blow his ship up.
But yeah,
very
the
badly
thing that's
damaged.
on it.
that's
Right?
why he says don't open fire. There's a whole thing. Like, this is why they should board the last breath and not just
I
open
mean, I
fire.
think if we close, the tree can grapple the other ship, right? We can convince it.
Maybe?
Maybe. That sounds awesome.
The vampire captain drops to his knees and traces a pattern on the deck with his right hand. That's the one that's still attached to his arm. A shimmering wave of magical energy washes over the second wind. Crux doesn't like this at all, but Garganhale cackles in triumph. We're invisible. They won't see us coming until it's too bloody late.
All right.
Vampire captains just have the ability to make their ship invisible.
So, like, Commodore, do you dislike mutineers more or vampirates more?
Oh, his opinion now is that he'll follow the captain's orders. He'll do what he's told.
Well,
Unless the captain specifically asks him for that opinion, he's not going to give it. At last he checked, you're not wearing the hat. He's in a bad mood.
I'm not asking for opinions right now.
I shape my head into the shape of a captain's hat.
That's just incredibly disrespectful.
That is incredibly disrespectful.
Lukari will try and knock the hat off his head unsuccessfully.
It was a joke, you guys.
Listen, this also seems like it's in violation of the pirate code, no shipboard conflicts.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a conflict.
Well, I mean, he wasn't on the ship at the time.
Right, like, all disputes must be settled on land. But the thing is when they mutinied, his
the
pirate
shipboard
code...
part only accounts to your ship. So as soon as he stepped foot onto our ship, conflict was on the table.
But also, like, you got to remember when Gargamel came to our ship and was mutinied, he's no longer in charge. Therefore, his pirate code doesn't matter anymore.
But then you all just agreed to it and penned your names to it, so now it matters again.
Yeah, but he's not captain of anything anymore.
But it doesn't matter on that ship.
Mousse, you're not ever going to let any of these people eat you. It's against the pirate code. Doesn't matter how much you taste like guacamole.
No. Lemon Jello. We've been over this. Not lemon, lime Jello. Excuse me.
So the next thing that's supposed to happen is the Spelljammer on the second wind needs to make a survival check to find the last breath hidden amongst the cosmic storm. But the module just says let them make this check over and over until they pass it. So I don't see the point of having you guys make it.
Wow.
So I'm just gonna roll a die, and okay, that was good enough.
Yeah.
It's probably I assume it's to give you time to you run like random encounters or something, I guess.
Yeah.
It
that sounds like space for random encounters.
The check can be repeated every 10 minutes until it succeeds. Because the last breath is you're in this giant cosmic storm. Visibility is not great. In fact, why doesn't somebody go ahead and roll me 2d6?
I'll do it.
You're the captain.
Go for it.
Go for it, Captain.
I'm the
Whoa.
captain. Oh, there's a 5.
Mr.
Wow, that's not great.
Mr. Fliss
That's
is
a
upset.
9.
Like, Crux told me
Lukari
monkeys
is
can't be
inside.
captains. That's what? 9?
That's a 9.
So you guys don't even see the last breath until you're right up on it. You're only 90 feet away from it, which is pretty close. That's about as close as it was when Garganhale was shouting at you. The last breath gives no indication they see that you're even in pursuit. From their perspective, the second wind is invisible, which seems dumb, doesn't it? Because they would know that Garganhale can make any ship invisible. But don't worry about it.
If they're vampires, how come they didn't make their ship invisible, I wonder?
Garganhale tells you that the second wind will remain invisible until he steps off of the deck. So if you pull up right alongside the last breath, he insists on being part of the boarding party.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Mousse is vibrating again, you guys.
I think that means Mousse wants to hit something.
Oh, I was gonna ask, how do we turn that off?
It's a feature, not a bug.
Okay.
No, I actually have a map for this.
Activate Scree mode.
Tree mode.
Scree?
Oh no,
Yeah.
there's no
Emo.
dice or anything on this table either. What have I done?
You broke it. You broke everything, Brickroad.
Oh, I guess. Okay.
Do we have to blindfold while you fix it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
I forget what the button is for that.
B.
B.
B for boy. You better put that blindfold on.
Boy, you better put that back where you got it right now, or so help me.
Sorry about that. I thought I had already done this work, and it turns out that I am dumb and wrong. All right. Now I have a lens of truth.
Both bad and wrong.
Bad and wrong.
There should
Wrong.
be a
Blindfold? Okay.
new, stronger word for it. Like, not badong.
So I'm going to give you guys the main deck of the Galleon. And let's listen to McDohl talk about his dong some more.
No, I'm done.
You were done? Okay.
Yeah, no, I blew my wad early.
And
Nice.
this deck here. And this front part. That's what I call this part of the
so
ship. the
getting
front part.
demonetized.
I know, I think we waited 15 seconds before somebody said the F word.
It's 14.4. I timed it.
Oh no.
I mean, we opened up talking about Mousse's acidity based on his HP.
Yeah, that definitely gets us demonetized right there. So you're going to have to tell me where on the main deck you want to board coming
I
in.
remove this blindfold.
Yes, sorry.
You know what? HP and PH use the same letters.
That means they're the same thing, right?
They are the same thing. My
Let's see.
seltzer water has 5 hit points.
I feel like, yeah, we board here on the Stern Castle here, back here, because everybody's going to be probably looking forward, maybe.
This is just where we boarded, I assume.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that's my
that's
thought.
because your ship is invisible. I'm letting you board wherever you want.
yeah,
okay.
that's fair.
So you're coming aboard the Stern Castle.
Scale. There we
So yellow is Crux. Green is Captain Garganhale. Red are the 2 vampirates stationed on the Stern Castle. And pink is the fabulous zombie ogre. Let's go ahead and roll initiative as you come aboard the Last Breath.
I only see the.
Yeah, we don't have
zombie ogre
tokens.
for what it's
Yeah, we don't have tokens.
There we go. I can see everything.
Oh, I don't know which one of these dice is mine. I rotated the screen.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just grab one and re-roll.
There's Crux.
I know who's going last.
That bad, huh?
I rolled a 1.
Ooh.
I've done that before. On initiative.
That's some Razu initiative.
Yeah.
He's old. It takes a while to get over there.
Ogre zombie.
I always
Have
feel
we had a long rest since our last set of encounters?
Yes.
I'm sure we did, yeah.
Yeah, you guys were at Topola's for a couple of days.
After we killed the zombies on board that ship?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't think so.
Not since we did that.
Or after we cleared off the ship with all the...
No, I don't think you've had a long rest since you did the last 2 the 2 vampires that like bumped into your hull that Crux
Yeah.
destroyed. No, because you guys found
Oh,
the
since
last
we fought the thing on the dinghy.
Yeah, we have rest.
Yeah, we had a long
since
rest since then.
since then.
Yeah, we have rested since then.
Yeah, that's where all these spell slots.
All right. So who's at the top of my order here?
First up, we've got Naught at 19. So you said the red are vampirates?
The red are 2 vampires stationed here.
Uh-huh.
Looks like them alongside this ogre zombie are stationed here to fire the mangonel.
Mm-hmm. All right.
In fact, before, let me give each of them disadvantage here. The ogre zombie is surprised, but the 2 vampirates are not.
Okay. I am going to cast a Twinned Haste. What's the range on that? 30. Good. Let's go ahead and target Mousse and Sarge with that.
Okay.
And then
carbonated Mousse.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast a Quickened Firebolt at the zombie.
All right.
That'll hit an armor class of 16.
16 hits an armor class of Zambo.
Oh, he has zombie armor. Zambo armor class. What is Zambo armor class? Like 9?
It's 8.
Dealing 17 fire damage.
Okay. Are we? No, we're not vulnerable to fire.
That's the end of my turn. We got green token up.
Okay. Green is Garganhail, who utters some vampiric curses at the mutineers. It does specify that all vampirates aboard the Last Breath will fight to the death because they know that Garganhail will show them no mercy. Are they immune to... How do they expect... This didn't make sense when I designed this. No, it didn't. Okay. So here's the thing, is like, they didn't give him a weapon. So his melee attack is energy drain, which would suck if it hits you guys, because it's necrotic damage. But vampirates are immune to necrotic damage. So I guess he has to fight with his heavy crossbow from 10 feet away. Okay. Yeah, he takes aim with his heavy crossbow standing 10 feet away from this guy, rather than having a sword or something. Because, yeah, he can't hit them with a melee attack.
You can't just, like, punch them?
For 2 points of damage, he could. Because that's his strength mod. He misses with his heavy crossbow, which is his only option of fighting anything aboard this. What a dumb encounter. All right, sorry about that. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Mousse with yellow on deck.
Okay. You know the drill. Scree. Run here, and we're gonna fisticles this man.
I'm sorry, fisticles?
Yeah.
Oof.
That's like an 18 on dead. Like I'm punching the ogre.
Yep. He has
Okay.
a AC of Zambo.
Yeah. That's 7 points.
Okay.
And nah, I'll hold off. Second hit is that's a 10 to hit.
That hit.
For 4. I think it's 10. Hold on. Yeah, plus 6.
Okay.
So that's 4 points bludgeoning. Third hit is 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 5 points.
Okay.
This is a flurry of blows.
This poor
For
zombie.
another 22 to hit. For 8 points.
The zombie might be a nice guy for all you know.
And then my extra action is another attack that is a 13 to hit.
Okay.
And then he takes 7 points, and then I'm going to use another key point, and he's going to take... That's 7 points of bludgeoning, and then 6 points of necrotic. He can be necrotized.
He can. The vampires can't, but he can. And he is bloodied.
Okay.
I sure
And
hope so.
I'm going to end my turn as I wiggle menacingly in his threat range.
Okay.
We've got yellow with Sarge on deck.
Crux takes aim at the ogre zombie.
I believe in Crux.
With his
Cast gun.
Now that he's like back in the thick of things and the blood is pumping, he seems to be in a much better mood.
Crux casts gun. Prepare to meet God.
Blows half of the ogre zombie's head off. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Sarge with red token on deck.
Surprised creatures cannot take reactions, right?
Correct. Until their first turn on the initiative order.
Alright, so I'm going to step around and step over here. I'm going to target the zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I select this tool?
There's so many tools in this.
Alright.
I don't know what any of them do.
21.
21 will hit.
Could make a really mean joke about tools, but I'm not going to.
I will mark this and see what comes out. 15 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I gotta check that. Hold on. Boop.
And the ogre zombie is destroyed, having never even known that the ship had been boarded.
Second attack. I guess I'll attack the one next to Mousse here.
Okay.
I have 19.
19 will hit.
And he will take 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
I know we've established that nothing Mousse does is terrifying, right? But how terrifying would it be to have this little cryptid SOB just run up, scree, and like punch an ogre zombie to death in front of you?
Oh, it'd be pretty freaky.
If a buzzard ever ran up and started punching things, I'd be scared.
Can I use like an item interaction to hand I've already forgotten his name. Garganhael a short sword? Or is that an actual action?
Oh, you can give him a sword.
You have an extra action from haste.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you, just hand him a sword.
Okay, I'm gonna hand him a short sword because I have 2, and Sarge will say, "I need that back." And then I forgot that I have a third attack, so I'll attack again. And I have 26.
That'll hit.
They don't have AC
Yeah,
of Zombo, I'm guessing.
This one's damaged.
No,
so...
vampires have better AC.
Ooh, nice.
Zombo.
16 piercing.
Okay, this one is bloodied.
Okay, and that's me.
All right,
Okay, we've got red token with Milo on deck.
The 2 vampires you're fighting call out the alarm. And looking back across the ship onto the forecastle,
I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild. Does the alarm sound like drrrr?
6 more vampires. So what is their movement? 30. So you can get to there if you dash. Actually, these
Fast.
stairs up. Yeah,
I mean, they are vampires, so it makes sense that they'd be quick.
well, they're dashing across the deck,
Yeah.
so they can dash 12 squares.
They're also pirates, so they're naturally dashing.
I mean, they're pretty ugly, actually.
Well, they're undead, so you know.
Rather dashing, more like rather homely.
So the problem, this is where Treble's character is dumb for the 18,000th reason, is like their melee attack is just like a touch with their hand, but who wants to touch a booger? So he's just naturally an unappealing target.
I am very soft to the touch, thank you. Very kind of a satiny feel.
It's just like your hand just gets swallowed in with the softness.
Let's start.
Oh wait, it just gets swallowed in.
Captain Milos here. They literally can't attack Garganhael because he's immune to necrotic damage.
Oh, he can. I just won't do anything.
You know what? There is a whole section in which Planescape book is it from 2nd edition? I think it must be in the Inner Planes book about how creatures on the elemental planes almost always have physical attacks for this exact reason. Otherwise, 2 fire creatures could never hurt each other.
Yeah, I remember we went through that when we went to the Plane of Fire.
All right, let's attack Mousse first. How you feeling, Mousse?
I'm fine.
I got a 15 to hit Mousse.
That does not hit.
And then I've got a 22 to hit Captain Milos.
That absolutely hits Captain Milos.
Monkey friend. 9 points of necrotic damage.
9
As
points?
the vampirate leeches energy from your body. Vampirates do not drink blood. They drain life energy from another creature by siphoning it off.
I'm going to Uncanny Dodge that down to 4 damage. With my reaction.
Uncanny Dodge doesn't have to be a specific damage type, right? Just anything that, like a...
You can see. An
attack you can see.
An attack that I can see.
Well, you definitely saw it.
You can say that's what makes it uncanny.
Now, this is a missed opportunity because they can also use this energy drain attack at range. But I think like they should make it only touch, and then that's Garganhale's thing. Like he throws his hand at you and can damage you. I don't know.
Rocket punch.
I mean,
Yes.
like Astral Hand would do
It's
that.
Rocket Punch, yes.
So yeah, Garganhale shouts out. Like you all see the whole crew coming, tearing ass across the deck, and he points out that like he's going to show them no mercy, urging everybody on. Like vampirates can be replaced really easily, apparently. That was red. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Milos with pink on deck.
So Milos, these 3 guys are right off these stairs. In fact, this guy
right there. Yeah.
is on this stair.
That square.
This guy is on this square.
I'm gonna go ahead and engage with this one with my rapier.
Okay.
Your rapier wit.
Yeah. Well, not my rapier.
Oh yeah, okay. That would make more sense to use a rapier.
Yeah.
I think I've played 3 rogue subclasses, and I think Swashbuckler was my favorite by far.
It's
It's a really
good.
well constructed class.
With that plus Hadozee, I've got like so much reaction stuff. It's bonkers.
I don't think any of the rogue subclasses are bad.
I think people sleep on the original Thief.
Yeah, it's kind of whatever.
It's good.
So actually, not for weak subclasses, it's pretty good.
23 to hit.
23 will hit. My poor vampire who did nothing wrong. Like, they literally did nothing wrong. Their captain got the entire fleet just, like, completely decimated, and they decided to take matters into their own hands and mutiny, which is what pirates are supposed to do when their captain...
Yep.
No, I mean, you're right, but...
I guess he peed off the Xaryxians.
18 points piercing damage.
All right.
Magical piercing damage.
Okay.
That. And since I have done that, he can no longer take an attack of opportunity against me.
Right.
We'll go over here.
Okay. So is the goal here to, like, block the guys from coming up?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're just going to climb up anyway. Like, I just have them climb up the wall. Like, you can't block their advance from here.
But that's, like, extra movement. I don't know.
I mean, positioning yourself in front of the stairs when you've got a whole gaggle of vampires coming is still a pretty baller move.
Yeah.
It's just not going to prevent them from surrounding Mousse. Everyone who wants to touch the booger. Who's next?
Next up, we've got... Was that Mousse?
That was Milos.
Yeah, so we got Milos. Yep, we got pink with Lukari on deck.
The Jedi lock. So yeah, you've got 3 vampirates coming up the stairs right next to you there.
Oh, they all look so lovely.
Got any AoE?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a con save.
From which one?
The 3 in front of me, since you have them spaced so freaking far apart.
Well, they're only 5 feet apart. They're standing on different decks of the ship. I think that's...
Well, the problem is Shatter. Shatter is a 20-foot spear, but that only lets me get like...
Highest save I have is a 14. Does a 14 pass?
No, you need a 15.
Then none of the 3 of them pass.
Okay, give me some d8s.
Does Shatter also damage structures?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then we're going to have to apply this damage to the ship as well.
I really hope the Alchemist Fire is not right below the deck. Kaboom.
That's a terrible roll. That's 14 points of thunder damage.
I mean, the ship gets to make the con save at disadvantage. Doesn't automatically fail.
I'm just gonna spoiler warning, but the module does tell me exactly how much damage somebody takes if they're standing aboard an exploding ship.
Yeah, I haven't used Fireball for a reason.
So yeah, you shatter the 3 of them. Are they bloodied? No, not quite.
Yeah, it was only 14 points.
The shatter spell cast aboard the deck of the ship is probably fine, but when Garganhael sees you doing it, he does caution you not to cause the ship too much damage and reminds you that they're carrying enormous casks of alchemist fire below decks.
An irresponsible amount of alchemist fire.
No such thing.
Okay, so that's my action. For my bonus action, I'm going to need this guy at the bottom of the stairs to make a DC 15 strength save.
Okay.
Telekinetic shove him off the edge.
I got an 18.
Okay, I guess he's not getting telekinetically shoved off the edge.
Unfortunately. Is that for Lukari?
Yeah, that's all he's got for right now.
All right, who's next?
Back at the top, so we've got Naught with green on deck.
Okay.
Let's see here. Can I get all 3 of those in a... Oh, wait, no, it's concentration. I don't want to stop concentrating on haste. Never mind. Is it? Yeah.
Probably be a good idea to stop concentrating on haste right now.
Yeah, I don't want to stop concentrating on haste. Let's go ahead. And are either of these 2 bloodied?
This one?
None of the one vampire
Okay.
here is in the middle of here is bloodied. This one.
Yep. I'm gonna cast 1 Scorching Ray at that one and 2 Scorching Rays at the other one on the Stern Castle.
Okay.
So the one that's bloodied, it's a armor class of 26.
That'll do it.
And the one that isn't bloodied, the 2 hits hit armor classes of 15 and 21.
All 3 of those hit.
All right, so the one that's bloodied will take 8 fire damage, and the one that isn't bloodied can enjoy 11 fire damage.
And he's bloodied now.
And then I'm going to do another Quicken Firebolt at the bloodied one.
Okay.
It's an armor class of 21.
That hits.
Dealing 10 fire damage.
Mousse.
Yep.
I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is this a poison effect?
No.
Okay. That is a 22.
Okay. As the vampire dies, it explodes into a cloud of ash, dealing necrotic damage to everyone within 5 feet.
That's the end of my turn.
At which point, Garganhael cautions you that when you kill a vampire, they explode into a cloud of ash.
We've got green with Mousse on deck.
Do I just take no damage from that because I passed, or
Correct. No damage on a success.
I mean,
what is the damage on a short sword?
D6, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a finesse weapon, I think.
It is, yeah.
He misses the vampire and doesn't have... They didn't give the captain multi-attack, really? Vampires suck.
yeah, we would have been better fighting space clowns.
Space clowns are tougher. Yeah, so Garganhael, with his one attack that he gets, tries to slash this vampire down and misses because these are the worst creatures. CR6 doesn't have multi-attack? What?
I think the further we get into this adventure, the more offended Brick Road gets.
No, because I know what you fight at the end of the adventure, and I'm down for it. It's just
Like, every time you speak about these encounters, you sound more and more offended.
We've got Mousse with yellow on deck.
All right. This guy.
He's bloodied, but only just.
An 8's probably not going to hit.
8 does not hit.
Okay. What about a 17?
That'll hit.
Okay. Please enjoy 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
A 9 doesn't hit, I'm assuming.
Does not.
Okay. Key point. Does a 16 hit?
16 does hit.
Okay. Please enjoy 6 more. And then my extra haste attack is a 20, over 20.
20 will hit.
For 8 more points of damage.
All right. And then moving or staying put?
Just going to move here. And that'll be the end of my turn as I continue to bubble furiously in my space.
Good. Who's next?
Next up, we got yellow with Sarge.
Crux. Take a shot at this nearest vampirates. That's a critical hit.
Oh, good. I was starting to wonder if the NPCs were totally useless.
Didn't Crux spend the entire previous encounter swallowed by a space worm or something?
He
Yeah,
did.
he somehow missed from inside it.
He was slightly useful in the encounter before that, and then the encounter before that, he was drunk.
Mousse.
Yes.
You can make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Sure. Does a 18 pass?
Yes, as this one explodes into a cloud of ash. Garganhael doesn't have to make that save because if he fails it, he can't take necrotic damage anyway. And while Crux is going through some mixed emotions, because on one half he doesn't like to be working with a vampire, but on the other hand, he does really enjoy blowing the heads off of vampires. So he's working through some stuff. He's going to stay put here and just start picking them off as they start coming up the stairs here. Who's next?
I have a question. So are vampires considered humanoid?
They're undead.
But are they humanoid?
No, they're undead.
Okay.
Humanoid is a creature type. Yeah.
Okay.
They're humanoid in the sense that they have a torso and arms and legs and a head, but they're not humanoid for purposes of spells that target humanoids.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is that one. Okay.
In 5e, if you ever see the word humanoid, it means the keyword humanoid creature type. So you can't get them with like Charm Person or something.
I was gonna go with Curse Spectre, but yeah, okay.
Who's next? That was Crux.
After Crux, we've got Sarge with red.
These 3 are all damaged, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna start picking them off. I'll start with the one next to you, Lukari. I have 10.
10 will not hit.
10 will not hit. All right. 26.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. All right.
You almost lapped him.
Right. 18 piercing.
All right, that one next to Lukari is bloodied pretty badly.
I'll shoot it again. He looks like he needs a con save. Oh no, 12.
Will not hit.
12 will not hit. All right. I'll stay there.
Okay. Who's next?
Next up, we've got red with Milo on deck.
Okay. These guys are going to clamber up the wall. And these guys are going to clamber up the wall. And when I say climb, they're not climbing the way you guys would, where you like reach up and hoist yourself up. No, they're climbing because they've got spider climb.
Ugh.
Yeah, they just cling directly onto the wall, and climb straight up.
See, I wasn't expecting that.
You never expect the vampires, do you?
Is that why they're red for Spider-Man? Spider-Man.
Yes, exactly. Milos about to have a bad day. I have 21 to hit.
Go ahead and roll that one again and take the second roll. I'm casting Silvery Barbs.
Okay, so that turns that into a 9 to hit.
Milos, you have advantage on your next check.
Okay.
The other one got a critical hit.
Okay.
That's the one you probably should have silvery barbed.
Well,
Hindsight's 2020.
Oh, those are big rolls too.
Hindsight's natural 20.
Milos.
Sir.
27 points of necrotic damage. As one of them fails to get a hand on you, but in dodging that one, the other one wraps his fingers all the way around your neck and just makes your whole body feel cold.
I'm going to uncanny dodge that down to 13 damage.
Yeah, I would. I've got one for Sarge here.
Yes, sir.
Sarge, I've got a 10 to hit.
No.
And I've got 3 for Lukari.
Oh darn
boy.
it. I was trying to soak some of those for you, man. Sorry.
No, Lukari just shattered half the ship.
Yeah, I know. I got
Also, he's
one
an
of
old
them.
man. He's an old man.
He looks like an easy target, yeah. Lukari, I've got a 13 to hit,
No.
a 14 to hit,
No. 19
to hit.
You know what? Let's use one of these charges and have him reroll that again. It's silvery barbs.
Good old Silver. Is Silvery Barb just what I have to deal with for the rest of my career now? Like it's just there forever?
This is
Silver
your
Barbs
turret.
is such an obnoxious spell.
That turns into a 20 to hit.
That hits, but Sarge, you have advantage on your next attack.
Unless you just ban it.
No, I'm not going to ban it. It's a fun spell. I'm just going to grumble about it forever, which is fine because I like to complain. Lukari, 8 points of necrotic damage. That was all 6 of them. And let me just check something real quick. All right, who's next?
Milos with Lukari on deck.
Grimace.
Oh, no, not
Smart's real bad.
the Grimace
Treble,
shake.
I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna take my advantage hit against that. Against this guy on the stairs.
Sure.
Don't drink that, you'll die.
I've been really enjoying the Grimace murder memes. I'm sorry.
24 to hit.
That'll hit. These 3 guys have not been damaged yet. They're all hale and healthy so far.
15 points magical piercing damage.
He's not hale and healthy anymore. Okay, to the man on the stairs, yes?
Yeah, it's the one on the stairs.
Okay.
Cunning action. No. No, it's the end of my turn.
All right, who's next?
Got Lukari with Naught on deck.
What do you guys think is worse, their dex or their con?
Probably their con, but
Con.
I'll be on that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll let you use an action to make a nature or religion check to determine that.
No, I'm going to use an action to cast Thunderstep.
Okay.
So they all the three that are around Lukari need to make a DC 15 con save.
Okay. DC is 15.
Yeah.
I have 2 passes. I'll let you choose which 2 men passed.
The ones that aren't bloodied.
Okay.
And so Lukari is going to move. Yeah, he'll be over here now, and then they are going to take. And I guess I'm assuming this probably affects the ship too, but
Only if the spell says it does. Like Shatter specifically says that it damages structures.
So the 2 that failed are going to take 14 points of thunder damage, and the one that passed is going to take 7 points.
Well, one failed and 2 passed. Only one of them failed.
Yeah. Well, the one that failed takes 14. The 2 that passed will take 7 then.
Okay. Unfortunately, the one that just died was the one on the stairs, so nobody has to save versus the ash cloud. That's too bad.
Oh, how sad for you.
Yeah, that's rough.
Too bad.
Is that it for Lukari?
No, I'm going to use my bonus action in a second.
These other 2 men are now bloodied.
So I need the one on the edge to make a DC 15 strength check.
This one here, in front of Sarge.
Yeah.
13.
Okay, he gets pushed back 5 feet off the edge and falls? Question mark?
He falls. There's a gravity plane, as you recall, down pretty low. So if you kick somebody over the edge of the ship, they actually will fall 2 decks down and just kind of float there.
Oh,
it's kind of
gross.
They flow. They fall to this line right here. You can see it on the.
Yeah,
Well,
but
this just ends up like right here, right?
But there's no falling damage.
Yeah, this guy's just gonna land on these stairs. And yeah, it's not far enough to deal falling damage. He failed his save though, and he is getting pushed back and falling. I'll knock him prone. That sounds reasonable.
There you go, Sarge. You got that advantage sharpshooter next time on a prone guy.
Who's next?
We got Naught with green token.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and tag each of these 3 gentlemen with a scorching ray.
Okay.
So top one, it's an armor class of 15.
That'll hit.
Middle one hits an armor class of 15.
That'll hit.
And lowest one hits an armor class of 20.
That also hits.
Okay, top one takes 8 fire damage. Middle one takes 11 fire damage. Bottom one takes 6 fire damage.
Okay, so the first one was 8. Is that correct?
8, 11, 6.
8, 11, and then the one next to Sarge, which is looking pretty bad now, and is not moving or staying put.
We're going to do a quicken firebolt on this one.
Okay.
It's an armor class of 10.
10 does not hit. Firebolt.
And that's the end of my turn. We've got green with
Green.
yeah, green.
Garganhail reminds you, be careful when you're throwing those firebolts. I cannot stress how much Alchemist's fire we are carrying. Let's see if he can hit this guy. No, he cannot. Who's next?
Next up, we've got
Mousse.
with yellow on deck.
Sarge, it is becoming apparent why this man is not carrying a sword.
As an action, Sarge will take it back.
You can have this back when you're worthy of it. What is Mousse
Yeah.
doing?
Vibrating.
Oh, that was vibrating. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's vibrating.
Yeah, that tracks.
And he is going to punch this guy.
Yep.
That's a natural 1. He's going to punch him again, though.
Okay.
That is a natural 2. He is going to Flurry of Blows. That is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
I should have gone for a natural 3.
Yeah, just
That is 4 points of damage, and you get 4 points of healing, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Ah, the good old healing fist.
Yep, and I use my action to do it again. You get 8 points of healing.
Okay, thank you.
So
Got
that's the end of my turn.
yellow with Sarge on deck.
Okay. Crux.
I'm out of key points, so the screeing has stopped.
Crux is going to try to kill the vampire. He's going to try to show Garganhail up. Let's see if he can do it.
I believe him, and I encourage such friendly rivalries among my crew.
14 will hit.
he's at least proficient with his weapon.
Fair.
He absolutely gets him. So, Sarge, I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I have 23.
Okay, so the thing explodes into a cloud of ash, but you are not affected. Yeah, Crux is taking great pride in showing up this vampire captain now. So that was yellow. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Sarge with red on deck.
I'm going to take the opportunity attack to step back.
I've got a 8 to hit.
No.
All right.
I think everything is wounded, so I'm just going to fire away and fire fast.
Everything's been wounded, yeah.
Yeah. 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, I have advantage. Shoot. Let me check for a crit. And I wanted to sharp shot this, but it's too late now. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
I know. Let's see here. I still do enough damage. It's okay. I have 9 piercing damage
9?
on the one right in the middle here.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I have 2 more attacks, so let's gamble. I'll sharpshoot this one. I don't know why that dice is rolling. I have 13 to hit.
13 will not hit.
Okay.
Goes wide.
I'm not gonna gamble. I should have gambled. No. 22.
It's the torment of having sharpshooter.
Or great
Right.
weapon,
Yeah.
whatever it is, power attack.
So I have a 22 to hit,
That'll hit.
and I'm just looking for something. When you hit a creature. Okay, I can only do this once. I'm gonna mark this guy.
Don't you like your Colossal Slayer or something too?
I only get it once per turn. 18 piercing damage.
Okay. He is very badly bloodied.
Yeah.
Always gamble, Raz. Operation Zero Chill is in effect.
I can only gamble so many times, though.
Got red with Milo on deck.
Okay, let's start with this guy down here. Is just gonna climb back up. All right, starting with Sarge. Natural 20.
I was gonna say, it sounded like that one got away from you, but it certainly didn't.
Anytime they go off his desk, he just assumes they're natural 20s.
Right?
No, I
24 points of
for
necrotic
cheating.
damage.
Okay.
24 points from the first one attacking Sarge. Let's do Mousse next. Somebody's going to touch the booger. I have 13 to hit the booger.
No.
And let's give Milos 2. I have a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And a 19 to hit.
Okay, reaction.
Rude, right?
He's the one wearing the big hat. So,
Yep. You said 19?
yeah, they both got 19s to hit.
Okay, proceed.
Go ahead and actually re-roll that 19 and take the second roll using silver barbs.
That turns
Milos,
it
you get advantage.
Turns it into a 19.
What?
Milos.
Yes, sir.
4 points of necrotic damage from the first touch. 9
I'll eat it.
9 points of necrotic damage from the second touch.
Okay, I'm going to... How does he dodge on that second hit?
Okay.
D6 plus 3, reduce the damage by 4, so I take 5 damage from that.
Okay. How many hit points do you have left?
25.
All right. So there's little chance of you being killed by this energy drain.
I mean, I gave him back
Yeah.
like 12, so he should be good.
The booger did help me out quite a bit.
Damn that booger. Who's next?
Next up, we've got
Is booger a
Milos
slur?
with Kari on deck.
Milos. Captain Milos.
Is booger a slur? That's really scaring me now.
It'll
I think snot would be more.
be awake night.
Yeah, no, I'm going to try my damnedest to kill this guy on the stairs with my rapier.
If booger is a slur, does that make Booger Man a pick and flick adventure cultural appropriation?
Yeah, probably. It's also a nat 20 on that guy on the stairs.
My poor zombie, my poor vampire.
That didn't do anything wrong.
It's just trying to get along in life or on death or whatever.
I don't think it's gonna really matter what I roll on these dice. I think he's probably going to explode anyway. But
He's got some hit points left.
not anymore. He don't.
Oh,
That was
Really?
a shitty roll.
That's-
17
wow.
points piercing damage.
okay.
That's a lot of bad rolls.
That's a lot too.
That's a lot of twos on those.
Are you
dice.
not are you not adding your Dex mod? Because that was 17 on the die.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Make that 20. I'm sorry. 3 more.
And he is badly bloodied. Who's next?
It was Milos, so we've got Lukari with Naught on deck.
Okay, so Lukari is going to Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
My question, here's what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Assuming both of them hit. I want to hit the guy on the stairs first, and then the guy in front of him. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because they're both going to get pushed off the ship.
Are you trying to push him out so he doesn't blast me in the face with his death burst?
Okay, so the first beam hits AC 20.
That'll hit. And you can Eldritch Blast 2 separate targets, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
All right, so the first guy takes 3 points of force damage. He gets pushed back 10 feet.
He does not get pushed back because I need Milos to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's rude.
What's the order of operations on that? Does the pushback happen before the explosion?
No, it doesn't. The explosion happens first.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so no damage from this guy's explosion.
All right, and the next beam, only hits an AC of 9, which is
9,
probably not.
It's not hit. Goes eldritchly wide.
All right, then DC 15 strength save from the guy next to Sarge.
An 8.
Okay, he gets pushed back down.
Again?
Yeah.
This poor guy.
He's having a bad day. All right, Lukari, move your staying put.
Lukari's going to stay put.
All right, who's next?
Next up, we've got Naught with green on deck. So there's 3 of these guys left.
Yes.
And this one's
2
prone
here,
down there.
And there's the one that Lukari keeps shoving down the stairs.
Okay. To here, and I need each of these to give me a Constitution saving throw against Thunderwave.
I have a 16 and an 8.
16 makes it.
Okay.
So they take half damage and aren't pushed. The other one is pushed.
I'll let you decide which one is pushed.
Let's push the one closest to Milos.
Okay.
So that's 10 thunder damage, 5 for the one that saved.
So Milos and Naught and Mousse. I need a Constitution saving throw. As this one explodes.
20.
DC is 14.
Pass.
Pass.
So Milos takes 3 points of necrotic damage from the ash explosion.
Owie.
It's like Miffits all over again.
Yeah. It's like strong.
They never go away.
This is Brick Road like encounter level like school encounter design. Just give everything a death burst and it's all Miffits all the way down.
I've used a lot of Mephits.
You really have.
They're just like malicious little fraggles. That's all they are. That was not. It's not moving or staying put.
I'm staying put.
All right, who's next?
Got green with Mousse on deck.
Let's see if Gargan Hale can get one hit in. Nope. Who's next?
Mousse.
All right. First punch is a 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. He takes 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Second attack is 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
He takes 7 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. Martial Arts is a natural 1. And then the haste is 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
He is very badly bloodied now.
Okay. I'm just going to interpose myself between him and Monkey Friend.
He's your captain, so.
Captain Monkey Friend to you, sir.
Sir Captain Monkey Friend.
Who's next?
Next up, we've got Yellow. Did Yellow go? No. Yellow and Sarge.
Crux is going to take the shot. See if he can steal the kill.
You dirty hippo.
He can. Well, maybe. We'll see how it does on his damage rolls. Yes, he can. So
Sounds
Naught.
like a death burst.
Yep, Naught and Mousse. I need a Constitution saving throw. DC is 14.
Pass.
Pass.
All right, so nobody takes any. Yeah, Crux is getting really into it now. You're softening them up, and he's blowing their heads off.
I mean, we should get advantage on this. Neither one of us have lungs.
You do have surface area, though.
Who's next? There's still one guy left down on the stairs.
Let's see, next up, that was... Is it Sarge? Yeah, Sarge with red.
So I have a climb speed, so I'm going to just, like, hoist over and hang off this banister or railing.
Sure.
And fire straight down.
Yeah.
Do I have disadvantage on a prone target?
Yes.
When I'm directly above them?
Yeah, with a ranged attack, you do if they're prone.
Yeah.
Why don't you just move some and then fire?
No, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down here.
Okay.
I'm going to use my short sword and have advantage.
There you go.
You've never seen Sarge use a short sword. He has one, though.
He has one because he gave one to the captain.
I have two, for some reason.
He had two. No, he just has one.
Yeah.
What a day if Sarge would go to reach for his sword and realize it's not there. The one time he wants to use it is in the hands of somebody totally incompetent.
Right? I have a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
D6. I get to use this Astral Spark ability I've never used. So that's 6 piercing and 3 force damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that 2 more times.
Yep. You're probably going to eat that burst here.
22.
That'll hit.
Oh, wait, that's wrong. It's higher, but that's fine.
You don't get your Colossus Slayer?
Oh, I do now. This is still dexterity. 12 piercing.
All right, go ahead and make that Constitution saving throw.
All right. Someone's got to fail it and take damage, right? Won't be me. I have a 15.
Okay, so yeah. At that, Garganhale sheathes his new sword into the loop of his belt. Says, that's the crew taken care of. Now we have to secure the spelljamming helm.
Yeah, I was about to say, which way is the spelljamming helm?
He just stamps his foot on the deck underneath us. So he's indicating.
Are we on initiative still?
No, that was the entire.
He comes out. You guys have your moment of lethargy.
Yeah, so through this door is.
Outside of combat, I'm going to cast an aid for 5 maximum HP on Milos, Lukari, and Mousse.
Okay.
So that's 5 from aid.
I'm gonna pass around some healing.
How much was the aid for? 8 or 5?
Let's see here. That's a D10. That's not what I want.
There's an artist rendition of my moment of lethargy.
Boop. Ooh, that's better. Okay.
I'm at full hit points.
All right. Sarge heals himself a little bit. Anybody else need healing?
I could use it, but I'm not gonna ask you to deplete all your resources. For that.
I have spell slots that literally are just used for this.
Okay.
How badly are you wounded?
I'm just north of bloody.
You get 2 dice then. You can heal. Oh, that's terrible. Heal 6.
Okay.
I'll give you 1 more. That's really
All
bad.
right.
Heal 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The second level does worse than the first level sometimes. That's just how it works.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Ready? Everyone ready? Milos about to burst through the door right here.
Order, sir.
Okay.
Charge.
Kick the door open.
Yep.
So the room's back here. Off this little hall. Along your right hand, there's the galley, and then the spelljamming helm is in the center, and then the spelljammer's quarters in this room in the back. And Garganhale tells you that Rutledge, the spelljamming vampire mage, would be in one of those 2 rooms, either in his corner or in the helm. To the south,
helm or the...
This is the helm.
Okay.
This is spelljammer's quarters. This is a mess hall, and then 4 and 8 are both galleys.
Okay, I'm going to operate on the assumption that he is currently piloting this thing, and go to
Milos, do you want me to go
Discord.
first?
Yes.
Do you want to listen at the doors and figure out which one they might be in?
No, Lukari has all action. We're no chill. He kicks the door in.
All right, roll initiative.
Oh, you found him.
Found
Okay.
something anyway.
The Spelljamming
come
helm. It's a tall, black, legless wooden chair with shackles bolted to its armrests.
Ah, where am I going?
Oh,
Sorry.
shit, sorry. Do you want me to go after her before you, Not?
I'll go before me.
Okay.
When you kick the door in, Rutledge pivots around, and he immediately... I'm going to move Garganhale close up in here, too, just to make sure we're as cramped as physically possible. He insists that I had no part of it, Captain. They made me do it. To which Garganhale responds, "No mercy for the mutineers." And he gives a curt nod to Lukari and Captain Milos.
How are you going to drive the ship?
All of us know how to drive a Spelljammer ship.
Yeah, you've got no shortage of Spelljammers.
I don't want to drive a
And
ship.
so he's not going to say this because he's too cool for school, but like he's thinking if he takes his ship back and proves that he's super cool to Topola, maybe she'll drive it for him.
All right.
So
That's definitely not
Bowser?
going to happen.
I feel like this guy is Bowser from the Mario movie.
So yeah, who's at the top of my order?
All right, top of the order, we got Milos at 14 with Naught on deck.
Milos, the mage, is sitting in the Spelljamming helm, and he's insisting that he had no part in the mutiny, that he was forced. Garganhale is...
So is there you said that there's shackles on the chair that are is he bound to them?
He's not shackled to them. The shackles are just bolted to the armrest, I guess, as decoration.
Okay.
No, he's not bound to the Spelljamming helm.
I'm gonna let him take the first swing. I'm gonna dodge.
Okay,
I'm gonna move into the room and dodge.
good. Who's next?
Next, we've got Naught. I need a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw against Charm Person.
All right, does that
Let me move into
does Charm Person work on undead?
Oh, he's not a person, is he?
Nope, he's a vampire.
Okay, I would know that, so I won't spend the spell slot. Does the captain look like he wants to kill him?
Oh yeah, the captain's given the order. No mercy for mutineers.
Okay. Well, let's worry a little bit now about some of those alchemist fire, and I'm going to hit him with a frost bolt.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, frost ray. So that hits an armor class of 19.
19 will hit.
Dealing 10 cold damage, and his speed is reduced by 10.
Okay, that's gonna really suck for him, like a lot.
And that's the end of my turn. We've got Mousse with Lukari on deck.
All right. You all know the drill by now.
That's Garganhale.
Sorry.
Just 'cause you're both green.
Where was he? Here or here?
He was right outside the door with Lukari.
Here. All right. We're gonna do the wet slapping noises
Oof.
of violence. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay, please enjoy 9 points of bludgeoning damage. What about a 13?
13 will not hit.
What about, this is my martial arts, this is a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Please enjoy 7 points of slap damage. Just wet fish hitting flesh. That's the... And then I'm going to leave.
Leave his threat range?
Yeah.
I have a 19 to hit Mousse. He steps out of his threat range.
That works.
Okay. Mousse. These are big numbers.
Okay.
34 points of necrotic damage.
34 points of necrotic
As
damage?
he reaches out with the energy drain.
That's pretty spicy.
His energy.
I don't believe you.
His energy drain is 4d10. The vampires you were fighting were only 2d10.
All right. Fine.
That's almost as high as you can roll on 4d10.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, no kidding.
I enjoy.
Well,
that
I'm
a
out
lot.
here now.
You're out there coughing and sputtering.
I don't
His
have
pH is
lungs.
decreased.
Who's next?
Next up after Mousse, we've got Lukari with red token on deck.
Okay.
How's his thing looking? Is it looking pretty healthy still?
He's not bloodied yet.
He doesn't have a reaction anymore.
He does not.
Kari's gonna come box him in. And want to buy more packed slots. Sad face. Alright, so we're gonna bonus action to drop a Hexblade Curse on him.
Okay.
And then we are going to Booming Blade. I hope that hits. That is a 23.
That'll hit.
So he's gonna take 22 points of damage.
Okay. Now he's bloodied.
How dare you hurt my gelatin?
I was saving that for later. Is that it for Lukari?
Yes.
All right. Who's next?
Next up, we've got red token with Sarge on deck.
Red token is going to cast a spell.
Lukari is gonna counterspell.
Ooh.
Oh, we have that now. Good.
This might be the most dick move I've ever seen in D&D. If you counterspell this successfully, that it's the worst thing anybody's ever done.
I thought you were out of pack slots.
Isn't counterspelling his thing?
Oh no, it's a pact magic.
Oh, so you can't cast it?
Hold on.
Not can.
Can I? I think I told you I got
Sure,
Dispel Magic, so you should get Counterspell. Let me make sure. There's one place it could be. Oh, I have Counterspell. Okay, I traded out a spell for it. Yeah, I cast Counterspell.
Okay, so you're countering a level 4 spell. So that's a
14 or higher on a Charisma check.
Okay.
That is a 16.
So he was attempting to cast Dimension Door so he could save his life. You've counterspelled his Dimension Door, so now he's just terrified and has no recourse whatsoever. Who's next?
He does have a recourse. His recourse is to die.
Got Sarge with Milos.
Sarge, can you be the guy?
I sure hope so.
Yeah, it says if you reduce him to 20 hit points or fewer, he casts Dimension Door, transports himself 500 feet out into wild space, then casts Fly on himself and flees.
I don't think a 10 hits.
10 does not hit.
Okay, we'll try again.
So,
How about 16?
16 will hit.
Oh, good. Okay.
how much HP does he have left?
He's got a sharpshooter.
Assuming he dies here. If he dies
that's not
here,
sharpshooter, but 12 piercing.
Okay. Yeah, he's real badly bloodied.
Yeah, I rolled terrible.
oh, we don't have haste anymore.
No, I don't. Boop. I'm gonna get it out of the way because I don't think I can help by standing in the door.
Okay.
Yep, that's me.
Got Milos with Not on deck.
Captain Milos, you want to finish it off?
Can I be the guy? Let's find out if I can stab this guy.
You get sneak attack.
Avenge me.
Yeah.
Avenge me.
Can I steady aim on a melee attack?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
I'm going to use my bonus action to steady aim.
Wow.
Really? Really?
1 and a 2, baby. 1 and a 2.
That's so steady you went around the other way.
The good news is you can't move now.
Yeah.
You just pulled those
That's
end
my
roll
turn.
back over.
Who's next?
Man. Victor, what did you do to me?
Third level Scorching Ray hits 17, 14, 18, and 9.
3 of those hit.
Okay.
Is not done?
No.
No, I
Maybe.
mean
We'll find out. 19
like
damage. Fire.
I mean emotionally.
So I need Lukari and Captain Milos to make a Constitution saving throw. DC is 14.
Oh, answer to that is yes.
That's a 14.
Okay.
Milos passes.
All right. So when the Spelljammer explodes into a cloud of ash, neither of you are damaged.
So, what are we gonna do about the ghost?
Garganhill calls out, "All right, Agony, that's enough." Looks around. Says, "The damn ghosts could be hiding anywhere aboard the ship."
Can you kill a ghost?
He thinks about that for a moment. So that's somewhat complicated. The only way to kill Agony for good would be to destroy the last breath.
Well, you do have all that oil.
Well, we do have an option for that, right?
No mercy for mutineers, right?
You did say no mercy.
He's disinclined to allow his own vessel to be destroyed. So
But your own vessel appears to be in on the mutiny, yes?
Well, no, just the ghost that inhabits the vessel is.
Which you can't get rid of without destroying the boat. That is a conundrum.
Says, well, we can't do anything until we search the ship to find out where he's hiding.
Agony, you say, is the name.
Yes.
Okay.
Mousse, how wounded are you?
I have 11 hit points.
Heal 3.
Actually, no, I have 5 more than that because I got aid. But yeah.
Yeah, heal 3.
Okay.
And then, what the hell? We'll just blow the last one. Heal... Ooh, 17. Double 8s.
Okay. Well, that puts me back up to 35.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Operation Zero Chill.
I have much respect for you, McDohl, and your ability to conserve short rest stuff.
Garganhill turns to Milos. Says we should search the ship systematically, deck by deck.
Indeed. And Milos goes to turn and check this room.
Okay. So room number 6, that is Rutledge's quarters. But there's nothing of value to be found there.
Well, if I were a ghost who was afraid of being destroyed, I would be in the most destructive spot, like the most assured destruction spot I could think of.
Yeah.
So where is all of the alchemist's fire at?
It's down on the steerage deck in the lower cargo hold. He says that's also where the brig is, which is where they're keeping the weapon he is to hand off to you once you've secured the ship.
Well, I guess we should
there.
start there.
Are we checking all these rooms?
Well, Garganhill's suggestion was to check deck by deck, but it's Milos' call.
Yeah. Orders,
Let's
Cap?
be careful because we don't want to make sure that there's nobody going to come up behind us when we're going down below decks.
Okay. Sarge will salute and open door number 8.
Okay. And looks into another galley. So nothing in this back half of the ship except for the spell jamming helm, which is now secure.
All clear.
Okay. So the ship ain't going nowhere. Good to know. Looks like, yeah, we're gonna check the the forecastle first.
Okay.
Now, Fog of War is pretty bonkers on this area, so I have no idea what the door situation is here.
There are 2 doors. I can't find my lens of truth. Oh, it's right here.
Right here.
It's literally right next to what I need.
Right in the middle of everything.
So these 2 rooms are Garganhale's quarters, and a stateroom. But again, they're just nondescript. There's nothing of particular value in either one of them. Although Garganhale's quarters looks like it has been somewhat ransacked through by the crew in the 20 minutes they've had since their mutiny.
As is the pirate way.
I mean, that's obvious. Pirates, yeah.
Yeah, not against the pirate code to go through the captain's stuff after you chuck him off the ship.
I hope that we have the same gumption the next time we get to be pirates. With a little more, with a little less dying, I guess. But
I guess we go.
Putting together a pirate's charter is going to be one of the exercises in Flumph 6 that I'm looking forward to.
I think no eating each other
can
is a good thing to put on there.
Can we put no eating each other on the charter?
Yeah, no biting is just a good one. Captain?
Yeah, I think we go down to the cargo deck now from here.
All right.
Yep.
Heading down to the cargo deck. And the cargo deck has the, I don't know if there's a specific name for the large trapdoor in the center of the deck for things to be lowered down through.
Yeah.
A lot of the cargo deck is in a bad state of ruin because remember, they were just recently in a tough fight with the Xaryxians where Garganhale lost the bulk of his fleet. So there's not much of value left in the cargo deck. You got crew quarters and all the rooms labeled 9. And in each of these rooms... Do I have a description for these?
I'm thinking hammocks, footlockers.
No.
That's
Very
at least
not.
that's what Milos is expecting.
So
No,
you
you've got
open the door,
crates and coffins filled with soil.
Ah, vampirates.
Where the vampire... Are you just now get that?
It makes sense now.
So the rooms labeled 9, they're crew quarters, so rows of coffins filled with soil for the vampirates to sleep in. Room number 10 is similar. So on a typical galleon, 10 would be the officers' quarters, but there's not actually officers aboard this particular ship, so it's functionally just another crew quarters area.
Where are all the jugs of alchemist fire? Do we see them yet?
Nope, on the deck below. You guys do a once-over of this. You confirm that all the coffins are currently empty because all the vampires exploded above you.
All right, that's when we go down to steerage.
Is this square thing just the lift?
Yes, that goes up a deck to
cargo
the
lift,
main.
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, down there. Okay.
So, looking down the stairs to the deck below, Lukari, as you going down first, you see 10 wooden kegs painted red.
Just regular explodey barrels.
10 of them. Any one of which, we're talking a huge cask. This is more alchemist fire than you've ever seen in one place at one time.
I feel like Alex had more.
Alex had acid.
Alex was acid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Listen to me, the Alex, the dumbfounded, like, how much acid do you actually have? Question we had to stop and do math on will forever be.
We didn't have to do any math. I got very meticulous notes in my character sheet.
He did.
Wait, that was the funniest thing to ever happen and will ever happen in Flumph. We could all just pack up and stop playing.
We're done here.
And I was
We're
just
done.
like, I was always just like so like brain like fog impatient with Alex every single time he would bring up the acid.
Just tune him out after a while. Which
Yeah.
of you... Mousse, are you staying up on top on the cargo deck, or are you going down with the rest of them?
Oh, I'll go first. I'll just. Is there a hole right here?
There is, but it's not open. You'd have to open it up from the cargo deck.
Oh, okay.
They all just came down the stairs, like civilized people.
Well, I'd open it up and jump down.
Okay. Which of the 5 of you has the lowest charisma?
Oh, that's me.
Probably Milos.
Absolutely me. I have an 8.
I have a 12.
Oh, okay.
I have an
Then
8.
yeah, it's Sarge then.
It's absolutely Sarge. There is a reason he did not want to be captain.
Sarge, I need a charisma saving throw.
Oh, yes. This will be so good. Come on, 0. Oh, natural 20. I have a 19.
Nice. Sarge. Those of you watching, you see Sarge take a couple of listless steps in the direction of the 10 red casks. And when you look, you see his face, his eyes glass over for a moment. But then he stops, digs his boots in, and kind of shudders for a moment. And let's roll some initiative.
Sarge, you with us?
We'll see what I roll for initiative here. Oh, that's actually really good.
I'm just not having a good initiative day.
I had 2 terrible
Nor
rolls.
I.
That's a much better roll.
Oof, there we go.
Need to
Lukari's
raise my
got the
charisma
initiative
so I
of an
can
old
get
man.
Yeah, it's going
better
around,
initiative.
isn't it?
Do I have the magic hands? I do have magic hands. Okay.
My NPCs rolled a little better this time. Sarge, the ghost tried to possess you and failed. And looks like you're at the top of my order.
I'm gonna have to active perception. Since I don't see a target.
Oh, no. You see the horned ghosts next to you. Is it?
Oh, I do. Okay.
They are not naturally invisible.
Okay. So that's blue.
Yes, blue is the ghost. It is the ghost of a tiefling named Agony who just tried to possess you.
I'll take the opportunity attack.
Ghost of a tiefling, you say?
Yep.
It's not fell.
I've got a 23 to hit you with.
Yes, sir.
OA.
Tiefling used to be it was a king in his time. Agony is not his real name.
Those are low rolls. That's 8 points of necrotic damage from the Withering Touch.
Okay. Let me mark that here. Okay. I will fire. Oops. I will fire away.
Okay.
22.
22 will hit.
Not damaged yet, right?
It's a ghost. You have no idea how much been damaged.
Oh, but I mean, we haven't hit it for the purposes of Colossus Slayer. 14 piercing, not magical.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
Yeah. Does that look like it affected it?
Yeah, the ghost winced in pain when you shot it. The actual bullet didn't have anything physical to hit, so it just went through the creature and hit the deck of the ship. But it had some effect.
Okay.
It has damage resistance against piercing damage.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I have 22 to hit.
Also hits.
Okay, and then this time I will Colossus Slayer. 15 piercing. Non-magical.
Okay.
I think I'm out of these, yeah.
And it starts moving or staying put.
I'm fine here.
All right, who's next?
Next up, we've got blue with Mousse on deck.
Ooh. Ooh. That's the best possible thing that it could have happened. I'm going to say Milos is not adjacent because he's still standing on the stairs.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he can move
coming down behind
here
Lukari.
without triggering any attacks of opportunity, and then Crux makes a charisma save.
He's probably just as bad, huh?
The ghost vanishes into Crux's body, and you see his body shudder, and you hear the rattle of his musket hit the floor. And Crux turns and looks towards the casks of... Here, let's actually draw in some red casks. What do you think?
Sounds like
Do
fun.
So the whole ship is full of them. There you go. That was the ghost's turn. Who's next?
Mousse with green on deck.
Mousse, looks like Crux is going to start marching over towards these casks of alchemist fire. Now, I want to point out that I know how dumb it is. The only way this ghost can die is if the ship explodes, but the only goal this ghost has in combat is to blow up the ship. I don't understand it, but that's what the module says. So that's what Crux is going to do next. Crux is going to try to use the alchemist fire to blow up the ship. Mousse just steps aside.
Treble, are you muted?
Yes, I am muted. Sorry. You're looking at a 22, and a 13 to
hit.
punch Crux.
The first two will hit.
Okay. Please enjoy 8 points and then 6 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I put myself right here where he can't walk through my space.
Bear with me just one moment. I think this is my goal, is just to, like, make Crux, like, just be the comedic foil in every single... All right, who's next?
I think this ghost, like, his goal is just a mutually assured destruction. They've come to kill me, so everybody else is dying.
So do we do Crux?
If it's Crux's turn,
Green.
He's gonna...
It's green, right?
Crux is yellow.
Yep.
Gargan
Oh,
green.
we've got green then yellow.
I thought the captain was yellow.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was the other way around too.
No, Captain's green.
The captain's the monkey. Yeah, Garganhail is going to try to bring down Crux with his energy drain.
So which one's Garganhail and which one's a captain? Because, like...
This is Garganhail?
Yep.
This is Crux.
Okay, then I want to be here. I'm sorry. I thought this was Crux.
Sure.
For some reason.
Garganhail is going to miss Crux.
Of course he is.
And then... So Crux is leaving Garganhail's threat range. And not Milos's, though. Milos is standing on the stairs. So let's
He's leaving Lukari's threat range.
Yeah, but I'm going to do Garganhail first, because that's when I'm rolling.
Okay.
That's a miss. Leaving Lukari's threat range.
Lukari's gonna try and, I guess, punch him.
Don't you have a sword?
Do we want to kill Crux?
You just elect unconscious.
Yeah, you just you
Okay.
can, as long as you're not doing range attacks
All right.
or hitting him with a spell.
Yeah, the way to bring the ghost back out is to reduce him to 0 hit points. And Crux has quite a few hit points and had not been damaged
Yeah,
yet.
unfortunately. Hippo health.
All right. Well, does a 17 hit Commander Crux?
17 does hit. And he doesn't have a title anymore because he's not the captain now.
Commandant. I mean, just because you're not in charge currently doesn't mean you lose your rank.
Commandant, Commander, no title. Crux is gonna take 9 points.
Okay.
I call shenanigans that, like, this is the most incompetent vampire captain I've ever seen. He literally could have stepped in front of Crux to prevent him from moving towards the stuff, and he didn't.
Well,
doesn't
Crux
he
could have
is-
gone around this way.
He has let us down at every junction.
The bird lady said he's a useful ally to have, and he insists he has a weapon you can use. Is that it for Lukari?
Well, his reaction, yeah.
Okay. Then he's going to leave Moose's threat range.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
I don't have any key points, so I can't stun him or anything.
That'd be a great time to stun him.
Yeah. He takes an additional 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I think Operation Zero Chill has let us down.
All right. So I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is, or the good news is, you can put out fire using an action. The bad news is, alchemist fire is harder to put out than regular fire because it's this, like, sticky substance, right?
You're right.
So it takes 3 successful actions to put out a creature who's on fire or a square that's on fire. And Crux is going to pick up this keg. We're going to use red squares to denote squares that are on fire. That makes sense to me. And he's going to throw it at Mousse.
What did Mousse do to this ghost?
You
Nothing.
literally just punched him. Like just
no,
now.
I punched Crux.
Crux is the ghost is in Crux.
They're
Mousse.
Yeah.
I have a 12 to hit.
No.
Okay. I'm going to.
Does that mean I am not doused in
Correct. You avoid damage.
napalm? I'm not doused in napalm.
But this square and this square are on fire. The fire will spread if not dealt with. And it looks like he's going to keep chucking these casks at you every time he gets a turn. So who's next?
Donkey Kong up in here.
Red is next.
There's no red. Red is over.
Lukari with Milos.
Where are the holes in the ship?
They're just sporadically around the hull. Like you can look out to your right and see out through the deck of the ship and see the beautiful wild space beyond.
Okay, can I throw Crux out of a hole?
I know how many hit points the ship has. I'll say if you deal 10 damage to the ship itself with a non-fire based attack, you'll create a hole big enough to then throw Crux out of it. Although, kind of a dick move. Because the ghost could just leave Crux at any time, and now Crux is just floating away.
He can swim back.
You can't swim in wild space without a swim speed. You need a swimmer.
Oh, the gravity of the ship will pull him back.
Giff have swim speed.
Yeah, they do.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, if you deal 10 damage to the ship, I'll say you've ripped a hole in the hull big enough that you can shove Crux through it.
So when it comes to putting out wild space fire, whatever this is, we can only put out one square at a time?
No, it takes 3 actions to put out one person that's on fire.
Or 3 actions for 1 square.
A creature within reach of the blaze can take an action to smother the flames using a blanket or carpet. 3 such actions are needed to fully put out the fire.
But we can only do it 1 square at a time. What I'm saying is if I blow up all those casks around Crux, we can't put all 5 of them out at the same time.
Right. If you blow up all those casks around Crux, that's why I know how much damage everything in the ship takes when it explodes. So here's the deal. If any of these blazes reach any of these circles, the ship explodes. There's no putting out the explosion at the end. You're going to, like, these 2 squares, these are critical, demanding attention right now.
So the problem is if we leave Crux alone, he's just going to keep doing this.
Yep. So you're going to circle around to the other side of the casks?
Yeah. Trying to see exactly where I can get to.
Yeah, I'm going to find a way to make Crux the butt monkey in every encounter, I think. That's funny to me.
Alright, this is going to be a little suicidal, but Lukari's going to move there.
Okay.
And then he's going to hit Crux with 2 Eldritch Blasts to push him away from the stuff.
Okay. Stunning Strike would be really good right about now.
Okay, first one is a 22.
That hits.
So he's going to get pushed back 10 feet and take 8 points of force damage.
So I ended the last campaign with 6 blips. I would like to cash them in now to recharge a key point.
No, that's a wrong campaign. Can't do that anymore. Those blips are just gone.
The second attack is a 15.
15 will hit.
Okay, he gets pushed back another 10 feet. And takes 2 points of force damage.
Okay.
What are you doing ending a campaign with blips, you fool?
I actually don't know if that's true. I'm pretty sure
those blips got left behind in Darkon. Is that it for Lukari?
No, he needs a strength save from Crux as well.
That is going to be a pass. That's a 18.
Okay, yeah. That's it for Lukari.
As long as the ghost is in the body, he uses Crux strength save. All right, who's next?
Next up, we've got Milos with Naught on deck.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and smother this.
Can you smother it from the other side so you also kind of block him?
You can smother it and then move. So just gonna smother that square?
Yeah, I can. The movement would let me swing around there.
Yeah, it's just an action to smother that. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So is it gone, or do we need to do it 2 more times?
So 3 of these squares would have been ignited, but you passed your save, so only the 2 squares next to you got ignited.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But that's,
I see.
That smother didn't put out the entire fire; it put out that 1 square of the fire.
I was actually having a panic attack of how do we do this?
Yeah, I thought it was 3.
It's 3 per square.
No, it's not 3
1.
per
Okay.
square. Sorry.
Yeah. That's much more manageable.
That's how I parsed it too.
It's 3 per cask when the cask gets thrown to start a fire, and I just ruled that there's not one in Moose's square because he passed that save.
Okay.
I use deflect missiles to
Deflect alchemy.
Is that it for Captain Milos?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to remember to call you Captain Milos for the rest of the campaign. Who's next?
Thank you.
Well, I was supposed to call Leonardo, Your Majesty, the entirety of that campaign because he won the crown, and then I just forgot.
Oh no.
That's fine. Leonardo doesn't care about titles.
Who's next?
Milos does.
He cares about art.
Got Naught. So let's see. I've got 2 sorcery points left. I've got 1 sorcery point left. Which one of these is Crux again? It's the yellow?
Yellow one.
All right, I'm going to hit him with a quickened Ray of Frost. So that'll hit an armor class of 10.
10 will not hit.
Okay. And then as an action, I can move to here and address this fire. Is that a check?
It's not a check. It's just a cost an action.
Yep. And that's the end of my turn. Top of the order with Sarge. Let me mark off that point.
Sarge.
I'm going to stand right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grapple him.
Okay. You're using strength and athletics versus his athletics.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to tell you this.
You got to beat a 24.
He's a Giff, so he has advantage also.
Oh, on grapples?
On strength anything. And also athletics.
You're right. Steady as she goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat the 20 I already rolled, though.
No, but I only got a 10.
Yeah, 24. He is not grappled.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make another attempt. You got 2 attacks.
I get a second one for my multi-attack, right?
Well, you don't have multi-attack. You've got extra attack.
You can substitute grapple checks for attack.
Yeah, I'll take a second swing at it.
Okay.
Let's see here. That's not bad.
How'd you do?
I have 17 plus 4.
15. You got him. He is grappled.
Okay. I'm gonna pin him in place.
Drag him upstairs.
Well, I can move him, can't I?
Yeah, you can move him where you want him.
Is that
it's 10
action, or can you is that just your movement?
Let's see here. I was here.
Makes everything difficult is the way we've been playing it.
I think I usually let half your movement to move them prone if you like.
I have 10 feet of movement. I'll push him back 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
His speed is 0.
Speed is 0. Who's next?
Next up, we've got Blue with Mousse on deck.
You know what? Blue's not going to do anything. Blue is happy living inside the hippo man.
We need to get him. We need to get him upstairs so that when Blue leaves, he can't reinfect somebody closer to the barrels.
He's not prone or anything, is he?
No, he's just getting a big old Sarge hug.
Okay. 3 attacks. I got a 25, a 12, and a 17.
All 3 of those hit.
Neat. That is 5, 5, 4. So a total of 14 points of bludgeoning damage. to the Commandant.
Commodore is bloodied.
He's a Commandant, I think. Or is he a Commodore? Is he
An old game system.
an old game system?
He had styled himself the Commodore. Even Commodore would have been inappropriate because he only had the one ship, but that was what he insisted on being called.
Anyway, yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, who's next?
So we've got green with yellow.
All right, Garganhale.
I can't trust Garganhale to stand in the way. Non-lethally, please.
Mousse.
Yes.
I will let you use your reaction to convince Garganhale of that. You can make a persuasion check at disadvantage because he's totally.
Go ahead and take advantage. Get rid of the disadvantage on that.
Because he's totally going to use his energy drain, and if energy drain reduces him to 0, Crux is just dead.
I don't think I got. That's a 9 on dice plus. That's a 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
Garganhale does not find your argument persuasive. If Garganhale gets in the last hit on Crux, that's it for Crux.
How's Crux looking?
He's bloodied.
Okay.
No, not quite. Not quite bloodied.
Okay.
Now he's bloodied.
Wait, Garganhale actually hit?
What?
He's using his energy drain. He's not using his sword now. He's got much better bonus and damage on the energy. He's reaching out, and he just couldn't use it on the vampirates because the vampirates are immune to necrotic. But Crux is
also
not
we need
necrotic.
Also, my man here needs his sword back.
Yeah.
Garganhale insisted it was a gift, and now it's not his turn anymore.
Doesn't matter. I have 2.
We have 1.
No, you don't.
I
Not
had
anymore.
Who's next?
I believe next up is Crux, right? With Lukari on deck.
Okay. Crux is going to attempt to break the grapple. No, you know what? This doesn't say he's got advantage against ability checks for grappling, just against effects that would knock it prone or shove it forward.
Well, he is.
Or shove it overboard is what it says.
Where is it here?
It's just possible that the player character GIF has different.
Oh yeah, I have a trait called Hippo Build. You have advantage on strength-based ability checks and saving throws, and count as one size larger when determining carrying capacity and the weight you can push, drag, or lift.
Yeah, no, Crux doesn't have that. Crux doesn't
bizarre. Okay.
He rolls a 1 to break the grapple, which means he doesn't.
I have 20.
Okay. Who's next?
Got Lukari with Milo.
Lukari, you can pick up a cask of Alchemist Fire and chuck it if you like.
I would like to start throwing Alchemist Fire overboard. Do I need to make a hole, or is there one big enough?
You need to deal, what did I say, 10 damage to the
10
hole
points, yeah.
to get a hole big enough to start chucking it overboard. Of course, it's the most valuable thing in the ship by far. Garganhale might not like it if you do that.
Oh, it's just gonna float in wild space, right?
Yeah.
You just rope it in later with a net.
Yeah.
You can hit later.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, if you've got something that'll do 10 damage to the hull of the ship.
I'm hoping a booming blade will do 10 damage to the hull of the ship.
You can't target objects with booming
It's
blade.
got to be something that can target objects, and you've got to get
Oh
over...
no, booming blade is just make an attack, isn't it?
Yeah, booming blazes. You make
Target
a
a
melee
creature.
attack.
They changed the targeting like 20 times to do stupid things.
Yeah, and basically enchant your weapon.
The thing you've got to get is you've got to get over the damage threshold for the Galleon. You've got to do more damage than that threshold. So let's...
Oh, that might be really hard.
Oh, you're right, because they changed the range. They changed the range from 5 foot to self.
Yeah. You brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting, make a melee attack on one creature within 5 feet of you. Upon hit, the target...
Creature now? God damn it, I hate
it. Says creature, you can't use it here.
Yeah, you make a melee attack against one creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, the target suffers weapons normal damage and becomes sheathed in moving energy until the start of your next turn.
Unfortunately, the Space Galleon is not a creature.
Space Galleon is not a creature. All right.
Even though it's possessed.
It needs to try harder.
So you've got to do 25 points of damage with a single attack.
25 points?
Yep.
Not 10?
The ship has a damage threshold of 15, so it ignores the first 15 damage done to it from each attack. It's hard to damage ships. That's why they use mangonel stones. You could probably do it with Alchemist Fire.
Rick Road.
Sacrificial barrel.
Don't tempt me. I don't have any
Just
you're talking to the one character. You're talking to the one character who can
You still? Oh, you don't have any spell slots left.
No.
What's left in what's in your Ioun Stone right now?
Reactive spells, absorb elements, and shield.
That'll help when the ship explodes and does.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
20d20 fire damage.
We count spaces.
I mean, just block his way down south where he can't get past us, and then we'll be fine. Then we could just take care of this at our leisure until somebody else is.
Oh, that means I gotta move all the way upstairs to do this. I'm trying to see if I have movement to get a barrel upstairs to throw it off.
Well, you.
I don't think I do.
Not a good plan.
There's not, especially since there's like what 10 barrels down here.
9.
You did give me an idea, though.
So if I were to throw a barrel against the side of the ship, I would then have to put out the 3 squares of fire.
And hope that none of the squares of fire land on one of the other barrels.
Well, I mean, I would move the barrel before I throw it.
Yeah, like
Please.
you could probably deal enough damage. It's a lot of damage, one of these, if you get hit by it.
Please stop messing with the fire. I'm begging you.
And it specifically says it can be lobbed at a creature or an object.
Yeah, so here's the thing, Treble. Even if we get the ghost out of Crux, it's just going to go take over somebody else. We're going to have the same problem. We have to get the fire off the ship.
We could just continue to put it out. It's fine. Just please do not blow the ship up.
This sounds like the kind of conflict that should be settled on land.
Yeah, no kidding.
We have violated the Pirates Code for that.
So when Garganhill hears this exchange, what is the captain's orders? What does Milos want? Because the two options on the table
Stick to the plans.
Take down Crux.
Stick to the plan. Take down Crux.
All right. So that's your captain's orders, Lukari.
Like, and then like you hear Mousse whisper to Milos non-lethally.
Does it take
that.
action to move the barrel?
No, you can just move it along with you. So you want to move it to here?
No, what I'm thinking is I want to move this one closest back, and then I basically want to move all the barrels back. That's why I ask him to take an action to move each barrel.
Wherever you decide to stop, I'll let you move a barrel into any empty square around you. How's that sound?
Okay, then Lukari will stop here and move this red barrel behind him.
No problem.
And then launch an Eldritch Blast at Crux. How bloody is Crux looking?
He's pretty bloodied. He's just barely bloodied. Crux got some fight in him. Crux got some hit points.
And then yeah, we'll knock an Eldritch Blast at Crux.
Urquhart, if you kill our hippo friend,
I'm not the one firing Eldritch Blast at him.
you're the one that is talking about like, oh, I'm not going to, like, there will be no quarter to. This is.
Garganhill said that.
This vampire is the worst NPC.
26 hit?
26 will hit, yes.
He's pretty bad, yeah.
I'm just
so 2 points of force damage, and both he and Sarge are going to be.
If you do that, it pushes him out of the grapple.
No, remember I tried that. It wouldn't let me. I tried to save Monkey Friend from a grapple.
I think I get pushed along with him.
Yeah, that was the ruling.
Okay.
with what, Eldritch Blast?
Yeah. Because remember, like the first session, I tried to break Monkey Friend out of the grapple to save him from being killed, and he just went with him.
Maybe it depends on who you're targeting. Because I think if you target Crux, it moves him. Because it's not... Well, how could it move him if it's being...
Well, the grapple condition specifically says the condition ends if an effect removes the grapple creature from the reach, such as when a creature is hurled away by Thunderwave.
Ah.
Because
So that would
before
be a way. Yeah.
Yeah, because before I tried to... I hit a creature with it, and then you pulled him with him because of the whole vine thing.
Maybe it was a different circumstances, or maybe I misremembered the rule. But yeah, if you push him while he's being grappled, it'll end the grapple.
Well, that's fine because I don't have to enforce the pushing part. So
yeah, you don't have to. You just damage the NPC who's only ever been a friend to you.
Yeah, well, he's conscious and he's got a ghost in him, so he takes 2 points of force damage.
Insists that Lukari has a heart of gold, even though he doesn't.
And then the second...
He's a heart of old and crotchety.
Old man.
Be 18.
That 18 will hit.
That's going to be 2 more points of force damage.
Okay. And who's next?
Top of the order with Sarge with blue on deck.
And wait. I'm going to...
No,
I got a bonus action on the telekinetic stuff, so we're going to telekinetically move
Oh,
this.
yeah, no, I was wrong.
We're going to telekinetically move this barrel back another 5 feet, so I have space to move the next one.
Probably too heavy, man.
It might be, actually.
I'll just let him move it, because it's a good idea to move these casks back. Sarge, you have the Commodore grapple.
it's not my turn. It's Milos.
Milo with
Or Milo.
Naught.
Milos, Sarge is hugging Crux, and you're pretty jealous.
Fine.
He's the captain. He'll get a hug later.
15, 20. And let's go for a non-lethal hit.
Okay.
I mean, he's got the hat to keep him warm at night, right?
Yeah, it's a very nice hat.
So because the hat is like made for Crux's head, I picture it like keeps sliding down.
A little bit, yeah.
He has to adjust it every 6 seconds, yeah. As a bonus action, I adjust my hat.
That's part of my movement action.
Yeah.
Item interaction.
How'd we do?
That's a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sneak attack stun.
Just make a hole in the side.
There's my
that's
big
much
damage
better.
roll. That's 22 points piercing damage.
So do you want the good news or the bad news?
Let's go with the good news first.
Good news
not
is
lethal,
Crux is unconscious, so you have forced the ghost out. The bad news is Crux is unconscious.
Okay.
Good news is that Naught is next.
So he's at 0 hit points, but because it was a non-lethal hit, he is stabilized. I typically don't give NPCs death saves usually.
But
So, yeah,
it's Crux.
the ghost is back.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna end my turn there because I don't really have because I can only do one good hit.
All right, who's next?
We've got Naught, who is going to use his last sorcery point and cast Protection from Evil on the vampire and Milo.
Doesn't that hurt him?
No, it's protection from evil and good.
It's protection from stuff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
protection from stuff.
Okay,
So, yeah, it would be the same spell if you...
so you're casting it on Garganhale and Captain Milos?
Milo.
All right.
Yep. And that is my last spell slot and last sorcery point. That's the end of my turn.
And the goal here is to make them immune to possession.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm gonna back off. Ghost can probably move through things. That gets you here.
You should move a barrel with you.
Play barrel Tetris. Who's next?
Next up, I believe we're back at the top with Sarge.
I'm going to shoot the ghost.
Yeah, I would.
Who are you gonna call?
Oh,
Both
no.
shooters.
I have a 10.
You're a lawyer.
10 does not hit.
Shoot
You're
him
not gonna
again.
you're not gonna call Sarge.
Oh, no. I have an 11.
11 will hit.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Hey,
Roll a
congratulations!
3.
Has an
Yeah.
AC of ghost.
All
You found the AC.
Thankfully, I got to use all of these. All right,
Work
he
it up.
takes 13 piercing damage,
Okay.
which is reduced, I'm sure. And then I need to move because I'm probably going to get possessed.
You are immune to possession. You've passed the save once.
Oh, nice. I want to stay where I'm at. And that's me.
All right, who's next?
Next up, we've got Ghost with
Mousse.
Mousse.
Oh no.
Oh no, how do I grapple a blob?
About to mess this ghost up.
Ghost is leaving Sarge's threat range and Milos' threat range right here.
I will absolutely take the opportunity attack.
Yep.
I can punch with my offhand, right?
22.
Yeah, you can use your fists.
22 will hit.
He's still adjacent to an ally.
Oh.
Ooh, gross. 13 piercing damage. Magical piercing damage.
Magical piercing.
Yeah.
All right. And how'd Sarge do?
Sarge is an 8.
An 8 does not hit. Okay,
Yeah,
leaving
punching with his
Garganhale's
offhand.
threat range. Let's give him an attack with the short sword. That'll hit for not a lot of damage, and then he's going to leave Moose's threat range.
I mean, Mousse is going to punch him.
Yeah.
Right?
Can't stunning strike him, though, which would be the most useful thing in the world.
Can you stun a ghost?
Yeah, you totally can.
Would you smooch a ghost?
They're immune to a lot of stuff,
Yes.
but not being stunned.
That's weird. That is an 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Okay, please enjoy 7 magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay, and Lukari, need a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
I imagine you're excellent at these, but you're the only choice I have here.
That depends on what I roll. That's like a 23.
Oh yeah. Well, you're a warlock, so you're skilled in. So yeah, for a moment you feel the possession try to take hold. But you're just like, get up off my track, and you force the ghost out.
Old man stare.
The stars are my friend.
Agony begins when he sees the possession is not taking effect. Begins pleading with Garganhale, just groveling, begging for forgiveness. That we could rebuild the crew. We could rebuild the whole fleet. You and I together, just like the old days. Whose turn is it?
That was
Moose.
blue, so we got Moose with green.
Moose, can you deal 5 damage to my ghost, please?
No, you're out of key points. Or
Oh,
screen-
you're right.
Three.
You're out of
I'm out
screen
of screen
points.
points.
Three
That is
Sorry.
Dead.
that's
Dead,
3
you killed
hits.
me.
If
3 hits?
that's yeah, that's 3 hits.
How much damage?
So that's
I had to be.
20.
All right. Yeah, the ghost
As I just
evaporates
you just hear wet slapping sounds.
under the force of Moose's blows. Now,
Keep laughing. I'm sorry.
3 points is pretty good.
are you going to be okay?
No.
No.
The screen points? No. Nobody will ever
Screen
be okay.
points.
Nobody will ever be okay again. So as long as the last breath has 1 hit point, which it does, Gargamel points out that Agony cannot be permanently slain. But it's going to take him 24 hours to reform. And this has happened to him before. And he's reported that he spends the 24 hours in a state of agonizing pain.
Mm-hmm.
This is
So he'll have learned his lesson, presumably, Sarge says.
Until next time.
he sheathes his new sword into his belt loop. Says,
We're gonna need that back.
suffice it to say, in a day when he comes back, we're going to have a long and fruitful conversation.
Very good.
Thanks you for
Sir.
reclaiming his ship for him.
Sir.
So, about that weapon,
Sarge
Sir.
shakes his head and says, "Keep it. He's learning. He did
It's-
well."
It's okay. Well, now it's a gift.
Lukari is going to sleight of hand, then take the sword off and give it back to Sarge.
That you can't sleight of hand a sword.
You wouldn't download a sword.
Yeah, he brings you over to the brig in the back of the ship.
I've literally downloaded several swords.
Takes a key from his belt loop. Actually, the other room here is a pantry, but vampires have no need of pantry, so I guess it's just like spare coffin storage.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they put like people in there?
They
Like
don't,
there's a bed in there.
they don't
like,
need to
this
eat
is-
people, so I guess they just have 2 brigs. Yeah, he takes the key. Gentlemen, I give you your weapon. He unlocks the door to the brig. Looking inside, an elf lies unconscious on a cot. She's clad in ornate black dress accented with silver and gold. A high collar rises behind her head. Gargamel shrugs over to her. Here's the weapon I promise you. I liberated her from a star moth we destroyed a few days ago.
Is that the Emperor's daughter or something?
Well, she's unconscious right now.
I mean, we could just take her back to the ship and ask.
You can.
Oh, Lukari asks, vampire guy.
Who is she?
Well, he's been unconscious since they liberated her. He doesn't know who she is.
Oh. Then how do you know?
How do you know she's a weapon?
It's a good question. And
Is she the fifth element?
We'll never have an answer to that.
Oh no.
I mean, she's clearly Astral Elf nobility, and he got her off of the deck of a star moth.
Well, she might be able to get us in, or give us directions to Xaryxis space, which is what we're looking for, right?
You gave directions to get there. Yeah, you've got the map, the star map from Topola.
I thought we had directions to Doom space.
Yeah.
Once you get to Doom space, it automatically downloads the whole area map into your orrery. That's how.
Oh, okay.
And then we can continue from there. Yeah.
Well, she might be our inside. You know, maybe she'll be thankful we rescued her from the vampirates, and will let us. You know, whatever.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah, let's bring her aboard.
Maybe she's high up. Maybe she's high up on the hierarchy.
I bet she's the Emperor's daughter.
Garganhale's gonna stay here and begin setting some things on his own ship to rights. He's going to need one of you to come over and act as the last breath Spelljammer when you set off for Doomspace, if you still want his assistance.
We have 2 Spelljammers on our boat, so we have the one we hired and then the one.
You got no
yeah.
shortage of Spelljammers, but like you could just strand him here if you wanted.
Bell or Topola, would either of them be amenable to serving in that capacity?
I was gonna say no.
Topola definitely will not, and Fell is not commissioned. No, Fell's commissioned to serve aboard Crux's ship.
All right.
She takes her orders from Milos now, so it would have to be one of you.
So sorry. I guess it's I'm gonna pat our resident old man in his like dress like Farnsworth.
Fine, but you're putting this fire on your ship.
There's not room.
Garganhale will allow you to take several kegs of the Alchemist's fire if you like. He sees no
need. Yes.
I don't think. No.
Can the alchemist fire be fired like a mandala stone?
Yes, if you convince the treant to lob it.
Yeah. Okay.
The very
really, absolutely. Yeah, let's bring a few kegs aboard.
Let's take as many of those as we're allowed to.
Give me a Milos. Make this check. Charisma persuasion.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
Anybody help him?
No.
Well, when I level up, I'm going to take Speak with Plants, so I can convince this trend.
It's an 18.
Okay.
Like, why not, right?
Milos. Garganhale will part with 3 of these casks of Alchemist's Fire.
Certainly.
You can take those aboard. Now, lobbing a cask of Alchemist's Fire does 6d6 damage and ignites the area all around. So you take the woman back aboard the Second Wind. And after an hour or so, she starts to come to.
I would assume, like, Mousse would be, like, not fawning, but, like, you know, mother henning her. Because that's what he did.
I think is a good word for it.
The elf's gold pupils twinkle as she speaks in a superior tone. I am Princess Zedali, daughter of Emperor Zavan, and heir to the throne of Xaryxis.
Oh, I punch her in the face then.
You can't punch someone during the face during the read aloud text.
Next time on Light
You
on
can,
Xaryxis.
as we...
Have our heroes rescued a princess? Is this princess definitely full of shit? And here ends part 2 of the adventure. Each character gains 1 level.
Like, there's going to be a lot of, like, Legend of Zelda excuse me princess jokes next time, Brookroad, and I apologize in advance.
As you should. You should.
I will apologize, but I will not. It won't stop me.
It won't stop you. I understood.
So, you know.
Go ahead and gain a level.
Are we long resting before we level up, or does it not matter? I don't know how it's going to affect the sheet.
Don't take a long rest yet.
Okay, I'll just not hit it and hope that's fine. Manage.
Because it doesn't say you take a long rest before the end of this session, so. It might come down to what you guys choose to do immediately at the beginning of the next chapter. That is the halfway points. I don't know why Topola thinks her vampire ex-boyfriend would be of any use to you.
I don't either.
really weird,
Pretty
but-
useless.
That's sort of how this adventure is going. Is we're
Well-
just getting this sort of random crew of people.
Well, it kind of makes it does make sense, right? Like, he was being attacked. I'm assuming he because we were warned early on not to piss off the Xaryxian Navy because they will come for you constantly, right?
Yes.
And that's what it sounds like happened to him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just kind of foisted his problem off on us now.
But I
So,
don't think
like-
Topola knows about that until you catch up with him.
Well, he owes her a favor apparently, and he had a fleet the last time Topola, like an entire fleet of ships.
That's true.
The last time Topola talked to him, so I could see that, and she probably knows he doesn't like Xaryxis.
Nobody likes Xaryxis. It's the worst. Does anybody get any cool stuff on level up? You guys, that puts you at what, like level 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get a spell of my choice, freedom of movement, and summon construct.
Spell's not 5. That's
I
good.
get 4th level spells and another invocation.
I got evasion.
I was about to say Mousse and I ignore fireballs from now on.
Oh, good. I'll pick up another reflex save spell.
So yeah, if the ship explodes, anyone and anything within 100 feet of the exploding ship takes 20 d10 fire damage.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
game
that's-
over. Right?
No, that's a little bit of a coward move. I would have 20d20 easy.
No, I would employ Firefly rules, Serenity RPG rules.
Just take all the dice on the table and roll them.
Yep.
God, I haven't read that book in forever.
That's game over at that point. Like, you're on the boat next to the explosives. It goes off. That's that scene at the end of Saga Frontier when you're on like the Black Ray and Reds thing, and the thing explodes, and you just get game over.
I'm not. Would evasion even avail you there? Does the wording on
Oh, yeah.
evasion?
I can't take speak with.
It's a
plants.
dex. It's dex
It's
saves.
dexterity saves.
Yeah, there's no save for this. It's just
No, you
Yeah.
just
Oh, okay.
as there should not be.
everything. It just quote anyone and anything within 100 feet of the exploding ship takes 110 20 d10 fire damage.
So that would have killed us.
Yeah, if you're on the ship while you're exploding, and it was
And the other ship.
And the
Yeah.
other ship, and it would have killed everything on the other ship too.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
game over. Yeah, like hard game over.
So I just love that the encounters
water
in this
deep
adventure
explodes.
are against these just worthless nothing vampires. And then you get to the end and like the ghost just has a blow up the world button. I'll see if I can take off my glasses without poking myself in the eye now.
Oh,
You'll get better at it.
That's it for this week. We'll come back next week and we'll find out how useful this. I mean, typically in a fantasy story, when you rescue the princess, it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but she's also the princess of our mortal enemy, so that's
Maybe she's like the rebel princess who wants to change everything from the inside and not a total B. Who knows?
I mean, that would just make the Star Wars, wouldn't it?
No,
Is it not?
because she wasn't a princess of the Empire. She was a princess of. No, it would make it Star Wars, Brooker.
Okay. Nerd. Thanks for playing, guys. See everybody next week.
Later.
Cheers, y'all.